everyone. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Make sure you grab some water, grab a friend, figure out where you're going to sit. We're going to start in about 5 minutes.
Cigarettes, running from the law through the backfields and getting drunk with my friends. Had my first kiss on a Friday night. I don't reckon that I did it right, but I was younger then. Take me back to when we found weekend jobs, when we got paid. We'd buy cheap spirits and drink them straight. Me and my friends have not thrown up in so long. Oh, how we've grown. But I can't wait to go home. I'm on my way, driving at 90 down those country lanes, singing to Tiny Dancer, and I miss the way you make me feel. And it's real when we watch the sunset over the castle on the hill. Castle on the hill. My first kiss on a Friday night.
How much you wanna risk? I'm not looking for somebody with some superhuman gifts, some superhero, some fairy tale bliss. Just something I can turn to, somebody I can kiss. I want something just like this. I want something just like this. Oh, I want something just like
2-minute warning, everyone. 2 minutes. We're going to start today's party in 2 minutes. Grab some water, grab a friend, figure out where you're going to sit. We have an awesome day in front of us.
I want something just like somebody, 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 somebody. Oh, I want something just like this.
Don't know what for. You're turning heads when you walk through the door. Don't need makeup to cover up. Being the way that you are is enough. Everyone else in the room can see it. Everyone else but you. Baby, you light up my world like nobody else. The way that you flip your hair gets me overwhelmed.
Please welcome to the stage LifeWave Regional Sales Manager, Geraldo Dorelli.
Turn down for what?
Good morning, LifeWave. How's everyone doing this morning? Okay, I don't think my ears have popped from that flight. How's everyone doing this morning? There we go. Well, welcome to Super Saturday. Welcome, LifeWave. We're so excited that you're here. And as we get started, it's my honor to have been asked to be your MC for today's event. And my name is Geraldo Dorelli. I'm part of the North American sales team. And as we get started, first of all, I just want all of you to know, as a member of the corporate team, we have members here that are part of the corporate leadership team. We've got our North American sales, marketing, and events team. And I just have to say, this is a group of people that are truly committed to your success, to your growth, and to the future of LifeWave. And it's a privilege to be able to work with them every single day as part of the corporate team. But I want to congratulate each one of you that are sitting in this room right now. As you know, if you're sitting here with us this morning, it's because you've received an exclusive invitation to be here. You achieved at least bare minimum the rank of director and above, and we know that's not an easy feat. It takes effort, it takes dedication to build your business here at LifeWave, and we want to recognize you for being here. So if you're a director, where are my directors at? Where are they? Congratulations, directors. What about our senior directors? Where are the senior directors at? Okay, let's hear for the senior directors. Executive directors, where are the executives? Let's hear a cheer for the executives. Presidential directors, where are the presidentials at? And last but not least, our senior presidential directors, where are our SPDs? There we go. I also want to give a welcome to our thousands of brand partners that are connecting live with us via live stream. As of last night, we had over 8,000 brand partners that are registered to be with us today for this historic LifeWave event. You know, being a part of LifeWave has been an incredible journey over the last couple of years, but LifeWave last year celebrated 20 years as a company. That's incredible. And to have a founder who's a visionary, to have a leadership and executive team that is aligned with his vision, David Schmidt has been transforming lives over the last 20 years, and I can tell you, they're not thinking next quarter or next year, but they already have the next 5, 10, 20 years and beyond already in the works. And this is making our opportunity here at LifeWave even more special, and I can tell you, you are at the right place. Just about 2 months ago, we were right here in Dallas, only about 15 minutes from where I'm standing, and we received 3 incredible honors at what was called the DSU event. And the first honor went to none other than our founder and CEO, David Schmidt, for Innovator of the Year. Big round of applause for David. And just recently, he was given his patent number 200. I'm still working on patent number 1, and David Schmidt has received patent number 200. Can we give it up to our founder and CEO, David Schmidt? The second award that we received was the prestigious Bravo Growth Award. And this award is given to the company that is the fastest growing company in the direct selling channel. And we got it for 2nd year in a row. And that's thanks to what each one of you are doing every single day in your cities and your communities. So we're thankful for everything that you do here at LifeWave. Can we give you all a big round of applause? And the third honor that we received, and this one made Meredith Burkich, our president, very happy because she had the goal of having LifeWave reach in the top 100 global companies in the world. Her goal was to be at least number 25 in the top 100 in 2025. And we went from company number 32 in the world last year to this year being awarded company number 22 in the entire world. So we're just getting started. This event today is historical. We're so excited that you've come to be here with us today. And as we get started, there's not a better way to get this event going. To give you first a reminder, we're gonna be getting a lot of information, a lot of valuable content today. Make sure you got your notes handy, take notes. You know, one thing that I learned from a young age is, you know, the shortest pencil is better than the longest memory, right? So take your notes. It's okay if you don't absorb everything right off the bat. It'll take, maybe a day or two, but have those notes that you can go back to throughout the course of the next few days and weeks, okay? But there's not a better way to get this event started than hearing from none other than our CEO and founder, David Schmidt, who couldn't be here with us, but he's prepared a video for all of you today. So let's roll that video.
Hey everybody, it's David, and I wanted to take a moment to congratulate all of you for being here today at this Super Saturday. Thank you for taking the time to invest in yourself and invest in the future. This is going to be time well spent. As you know, there are a lot of changes going on right now in the network marketing and direct selling industry, and LifeWave is more committed than ever before to this channel. We always have been, and we always will be, a network marketing company. Network marketing is the reason why we've been so successful. We're the #1 fastest growing company in the world in the industry, and we're also one of the largest companies in the industry. And we're planning for even a bigger and better future. We're looking 7 years out at new product launches based on new technology that we've developed in our labs and that we've patented to ensure that these will be proprietary products and technologies for our company in the network marketing business model, so we can grow to be a multi-billion-dollar company. We're also doing other projects as well that you've heard about, like our humanitarian drone initiative, and even further out, 5 years from now, launching an entirely new opportunity in the field of clean and abundant power generation. But let's come back to the present day for a moment as we talk about the new compensation plan. This is going to be Compensation Plan 2.0. As we started off as a small business, our comp plan did great by us, allowing us to grow, build, and thrive. But it is time for a change. If we want to be a multi-billion-dollar company, we have to find new and better ways to compensate new people that are coming into the business so they can earn money faster and easier than ever before, while also rewarding people at different ranks, and especially rewarding the great leaders that we have in the company for the incredible time and energy and devotion that they have for LifeWave. I'm incredibly proud of the job that Meredith and the compensation plan team have done in putting this project together. It's been a lot of years, over 3 years now, in researching, developing, testing this new comp plan, and I'm confident that this is going to pave the way for our future. So thank you for taking this time to hear a little bit about what we're doing at LifeWave. Thank you so much for being at this Super Saturday, and looking forward to seeing you in the coming months at our events and hearing about your success stories in LifeWave. Please get out there and be the light. May God bless you and your family, and looking forward to seeing you at a LifeWave event coming up later this year.
All right. We've got quite the founder and CEO, right? He's amazing. Love working with David. And now it's my pleasure to introduce our very first speaker for today. Meredith Burkich has been in the industry for over 30 years. And when I first met Meredith a little over 2 years ago when I started here at LifeWave, in my first conversation with her, I could see how much of that experience that she was bringing to LifeWave in just the first conversation. She's a visionary leader who's joined forces with David and is working day in and day out in making that vision a reality. And being able to work with Meredith, it's quite evident that she is very team-focused in helping us bring the best out of ourselves on the corporate team, and then bringing that to all of you across all the different departments of the company. She has a lot on her shoulders, and I don't know, with seeing how well she takes this vision of David and turns it into a reality. One thing that she's very well known for saying is, we don't need to be perfect, we just have to do it. We have to be great, right? And so Meredith is coming to you today. She's gonna pour out her heart and the vision of what David has in store for all of you. Please help me give a big, warm welcome to our president of LifeWave, Meredith Burkich.
Whatever it takes, 'cause I love the adrenaline in my veins. I do whatever it takes, 'cause I love how it feels when I break the chains. Whatever it takes, yeah, take me.
Good morning, LifeWave. And good afternoon, good evening. I know that my Australian friends were texting it's going to be midnight, but we wouldn't miss it. And we just broke 9,000 of you that are watching us online. Thank you for joining. Thank each and every one of you for taking time out of your very busy schedules to come and spend this Super Saturday with us. It has been 3 years in the making. When I first came on board, I actually went back to see what work had already been done. A great and very, very talented group of leaders had spent weeks and months doing a lot of research, doing a lot of compilation of strategy. And I went through their copious notes. I went through recordings, and I probably spent up to 3 months just digging into the work on Compensation 2.0 that had already been done before we embarked on the next 2 years to get ready for this day, for this unveiling. So it has been a journey, and we are very, very excited. But before we dig into that, I just wanted to back up for just a minute for each and every one of you to talk about who we are and why we are here. So I know I hear a lot of you talking, I listen to podcasts, I actually scope you out there on Facebooks, and I watch a lot of your broadcasts. I've heard you on stage. And the way that we talk about who we are, the most important thing that we developed in our scope of brand awareness last year was to talk about the light. We are a company of light. We are a company of love. Everything that we do should be bringing out the light within and helping everybody around us to see the light, and then to be the light, and then to share the light. It's all about the fact that we, through David Schmidt's innovations and vision, that we light the way. We light the way and help people to reimagine the future of human possibilities. We say live long, live well, live young, but it is empowering them, part of that, into taking control of their well-being, of their livelihood, and their longevity. Because who wants to live long if you're not healthy? If you're not comfortable, if you're worried, if you're living in fear? What is the point? It's like Porgy and Bess. Methuselah lived 900 years. Methuselah lived 900 years, but who calls that living when no gal will give in to no man? That's 900 years. Okay? We want to be the best that we can. So this is why we exist. So when you talk about mission statements, what we're here to do, we are here to be the light so that people can live better. And what more noble cause can a person have than to improve the quality of humankind in the lives of those that they love and they care about it? And it all began with David Schmidt. It all began with a person blessed by God who was given a vision of changing the world and a passion and a drive to make it happen and never rest. And as Geraldo said, it is something, I love this phrase so much, we don't have to be perfect. We just have to be great. We don't have to be perfect. We just have to be great in each and everything that we do. So that is David. That's what it's like working alongside of a visionary, of a savant. That's what that means to me. And I think for all of you, you all hold, I hear how you talk about him in the highest respect and honor. Part of events in general, when you look at the architecture of an event, indirect selling, The primary objective of today is to build belief. The primary objective of every direct selling event is to build belief. And there are various variations of what the core beliefs are. But for this conversation, I would say the first one is we need to be connected to the vision. We need to be connected to the fact that we at LifeWave have a company, and I hesitate to say company because it's so much more than that. We have a movement. We have a movement, and we put our faith and belief in that movement, that it's going to be here, that it's sustainable, and that it matters. It matters immensely, especially for people that really want their life to matter and make a difference in their world. So the core belief number one is, do you believe in the company itself? And then, do you believe in the leadership, secondly? And so for today, obviously, it started with David Schmidt. You just heard him speak. It's so wonderful to hear his confidence. It's so great for us to get to be connected to such an incredible person and an incredible vision. I'm going to move this down because it keeps popping. Okay, so hopefully you can still hear me. All right, so as we move into the third core belief, it's about the products. We know the products work. The challenge that we have with the products is that we can't necessarily say all of the amazing, incredible things that we know that it does freely because of certain stipulations and certain regulations that we have to abide by, and that's fair. But we know the power of X39. We know the power of the patches, don't we? That's okay. Come on. Absolutely. We know the power of the patches. We know the ability that the LifeWave product line has to transform our health and wellness. We have that opportunity to be transformed if we will have discipline and if we will use the products. So the fourth one, though, is the one that we're really touching on today, number 4 and 5 of the core beliefs. The core beliefs that we want to talk about today are direct selling and the opportunity that we have. Because that fourth one, it's about direct selling as a sector, as a profession, and because of how things are happening around the world, and that a lot of companies are really doubting that they want to stay in this space. Companies are backing out. They are doing incredibly sad and tragic things that are impacting people around the world and making terrible decisions. And they are not honoring the sacred trust that you put in your company to say that we are here so that you can build a sustainable life, a multi-generational business for yourself. And they're not honoring that. And it makes me sad. It actually breaks my heart for somebody that has been devoted and committed to direct selling my entire career. It is tragic. And so what the belief that we want you to walk away with, or as you're viewing in your home or with your teams right now around the world, LifeWave is here to stay. We are not going anywhere. We are not abandoning the channel ever, and you will see that in Compensation 2.0 because we have actually created such a robust group of offerings because we are building a multi-generational business. And so when people, well, are they going to be there? This actually is proof positive. This actually is a representation of our commitment. And that's how I hope you see, the lens that I hope you see Compensation 2.0 through, is that long-term value proposition, that long-term opportunity. If you will invest the best of yourself, your time, your talent, your treasure is your influence. Okay? So that is the fourth. This will be the core belief today that we focus on in addition to number 5. Can I do this? Is it worth it? The number 5 core belief is all about self. Can I do it? Is it worth it? Can I do it? Is it worth it? And that, again, as we dig into Compensation 2.0 today for this educational seminar, is the major objective, is building those 2 core beliefs. So when we kind of step back a little bit just for a moment, and many of you who are new or watching, people ask us all the time, how did this happen at LifeWave? How on earth did this happen? This amazing story, the amazing accolades that Geraldo described. How did it happen? Convergence of trends. 3 major trends converged at the perfect, divinely inspired time where they came together and they were just captured in a moment when X39 came on the scene, when the genius of all of those years of studying, of all of those years that David invested in stem cell research, everything that was invested to come to the day of the release of X39 that changes lives. X39 changes lives. It came on the scene 2018 at the same time as an international tragedy that took the lives of people that we love, that we care for, that we know. I don't know anybody whose life wasn't touched by pandemic. I don't. And it raised people's awareness about health and wellness because people were sick and they were dying all around them. And so the move over to start talking about, obviously, health and wellness, the social commentary around stem cells, stem cell research, everything that was happening in the world and going on at that time started converging. And then we had an influx of leadership, of incredible leadership that actually was added to the incredible treasure trove of talent that we already had at LifeWave. Over the 10 plus years before then that had been added, new people coming on the scene with new energy, a new way of approaching the business, leading with opportunity, and a single product focus. As these 3 trends converged, LifeWave became the darling of direct selling. This is how they refer to LifeWave, the darling of direct selling. And I think it's more than just our success. I think it's more than our success. I think it has a lot to do with the fact that we are high integrity. We are people of our word. We are doing business the right way. And this is also adding to our incredible reputation. And so as we just take a quick look back before I kind of jump in and just cue up the day, what has happened over the last 2 years is astonishing. It is absolutely astonishing. With the opening of our global headquarters in Utah, how many of you in the room have been there? Good. Okay, we need more of you to come and visit. We need more of you to come and visit. No matter where you are in the world, come and visit. It actually takes David Schmidt's vision and brings it to life. I can't tell you how many groups of people I've seen come out of the Welcome Center crying. People, I talked to this amazing leader that's going to be coming on board here. Talked to her a couple days ago. She said, I can't believe this is what I've been looking for my whole life in direct selling. And she's home. Very exciting. So we obviously in the last 2 years have been opening offices around the world. We had our big South Korea launch. For those of you in APAC, obviously a lot of movement there. And we are continuing to add to our talent around the world, and we'll do some recognition after lunch on that. And then obviously the accolades that Geraldo talked about. Absolutely unprecedented right now. Why do I spend a few moments when we're here to talk about education of Comp Plan 2.0? Do I spend time on these slides? Because I think it's very important to know what you're working for. I think it's very important as you invest yourself in understanding the new way of looking at things, the evolving, enhanced plan. What is it that I'm working for? Can I do this? Is it worth it? Can I do this? Is it worth it? And here's that belief that we're looking to build today. Because the future is now, my friends. Like David was talking about on his video, the last 20 years we celebrated at last year's conference. Now it's time for the next 20 years. And Compensation 2.0 was built with the next 20 years in mind, with all of the stakeholders involved and their goals and their dreams and their aspirations, their way of doing business were all taken into consideration when we went to work with 3 of the top design firms in compensation plan design in the world. Because after we took all of that information that I got out of all of those recordings and those videos and those audios and those notes that I went over, then sat down with the team and said, okay, where do we go from here? And then we spent the next year and a half getting ready for now. And the future is now. The mission of compensation. Yes, okay, we can do that. The future is now. The future is here. You're here. Thank you. Thank you. So 2.0, what is the mission of the plan? It is to implement the next generation of innovation, of innovative compensation, because we're all being challenged by David all the time to innovate in every area of the business, not just in the lab where he loves to spend most of his time. Why? Because we want to be attracting new members. We want to be helping those new members when they come in stay longer. I come from the field. I had 10 years in the field, built, thousands of people in an organization, and there's nothing more heartbreaking than pouring your heart and soul into getting somebody to join the business and then watching them leave shortly thereafter. After you've invested weeks, months, maybe even years getting them to come on board. We have to respect that and look at our retention numbers, and we have to look at engaging people at all levels so that people continue to work the plan so the plan can work for them. So what I want to say is compensation plan in general can be very intimidating for people. Some people just, oh no, don't make me talk about the compensation. Don't make me think about that. And that's okay. It's kind of like we have multiple levels of ways that we talk about the patches in X39, right? Are we all going to be able to talk like Dr. Stacy about the, no, because it probably wouldn't be very authentic if I did that. I could talk here, but everybody's going to have a certain level where they're comfortable. The most important thing is to be authentic. But just think about it like this. I want you to shift your paradigm here. Shift your mindset as you think about compensation. It's a product like any other product. It has a unique proposition to it, okay? It has a story that it tells. It has attributes, it has qualities, it has those features and characteristics, and it has benefits to it. Value, impact, and experience. So when you're thinking about compensation, think about it like, what's a good illustration? Think about compensation like, well, I don't know, maybe a milkshake. Thank you. Or a green tea chai latte, because that's even better. Okay, a milkshake. Think about it as a milkshake compensation plan, and maybe that will be more appealing. Thank you. I'll come for this later. All right. It has a purpose. A milkshake has a purpose. When you go through the drive-up window, and you go on your drive, you're going to have nourishment. It has, depending on which place you go to, better nourishment than others. It triggers memories. It has features to it. There's no mess in a milkshake. Unlike eating a cheeseburger in the car, what's going to happen? Well, the dripping grease and all the stuff that's going to be happening on the front of you. It's tidy, okay? It's cool, it's refreshing, it's satisfying. It has something that you're hiring it to do. It lasts for miles and miles and miles. And it gives you energy, and again, clean energy, and it boosts your metabolism. A milkshake has features and benefits. It is a product. Compensation is no different. How will it serve you is the mindset that I want you to think about. How will compensation plan 2.0 serve you? You may want free products. Because again, the story, the narrative that you're telling your prospects, your leads, your friends, your family, they may just not be able to afford the life-changing technology. And they want it, and they need it. So that's just fine. Is it just some extra spending money? I came in for extra spending money. I had quit my corporate job. I was staying home. I was tired of too much month and not enough money. I just wanted to be able to go out and buy a nice pair of shoes or go out to dinner with my husband. I didn't have a big dream when I joined direct selling. It turned into a bigger dream as I started to see the opportunity that was in front of me, right? Do you want to use it for some kind of financial impact? getting out of debt, paying off loans, saving for retirement, creating a legacy. Like a product, it has a purpose, it has features, it rewards customer acquisition, it has incentives for developing organizations and people, it has long-term income, possibilities, opportunities. It's very important that we talk about compensation in a very compliant way. We need to talk about it as having an opportunity. Because what people do with it and how successful they are, obviously, is the result of hard work, dedication, blessings, all of those things rolled into one. That's important. But we need to not overshoot and use hyperbolic language. It is an opportunity. And the benefits is that you have control with 2.0 for team success, personal success, because there is a clearly defined success plan that we're going to be presenting to you all today that you will see very clearly articulated. The primary objectives of Compensation 2.0 was, again, to set you up, if you work the plan, with an opportunity to create a multi-generational business. Minimizing frequency by applying the weekly commission cap. That shows you that our compensation plan at present 1.0 has matured. And it has to create strong ties so that people can see, if I do this, I get that. If I do this, I get that. And secondly, primarily, we need to improve retention, because you are working so hard to get people to come into the business, and we need to do everything that we have to get them to stay. Because right now, we are churning people much more quickly than is appropriate for the amount of time that you're investing. And last, obviously, and certainly not least, is that we need to reward winning activities, things that are going to help you to build a sustainable business over time. And that's what this is all about. These were the primary objectives that we went into it. So when you look at the 9 ways to earn, and that's what we're going to be drilling into today. We're going to be drilling into the mechanics, and you'll be hearing from one of the premier designers in the world. I've worked with Emily Barr at many companies, and she is brilliant mathematician, amazing. And everything that we're going to drill into creates something. Stability for you, income, shows commitment, retention, stability, again, results, success, legacy. Legacy. Because that is the message for today. If you remember, if you're an average American, and those are the stats I have, sorry for our international listeners, but in America, the average American remembers less than 8% of what they hear in a seminar like this the next morning. So if you remember the one piece of the 8% of what I say, we are here for you for the long term. Please remember that as words that I said. And as we drill in, and I wrap up here on the success pathway, the foundation of it, you are going to see that we have doubled the amount of ranks, because we want to have they call them a career path, which I know is not an appealing thing to say, because of course entrepreneurs and direct sellers don't want to have a career. That's why they're here. But it is a way that it's referred to. Okay, so that success pathway that we call it, we needed to smooth it out so that there was a reward. And you're going to be hearing about recognition when you walked in, that you saw the Celebrating You. After lunch, we're going to be talking about the new rewards program, or actually really the first formal rewards program at LifeWave in their history. So, are you ready to learn? Are you ready to learn? Okay, without further ado, I would like to get this day started. Thank you so much for who you are. Thank you for your leadership. We love you. You're the best of the best of the best. And we are blessed that you are here on this journey with us. Thank you.
Whatever it takes, 'cause I love the adrenaline in my veins. I do whatever it takes.
Well, can we give it up one more time for our president, Meredith Burkich? All right, so our next speaker is no stranger in the world of direct sales. So back in 2001, together with his wife, they joined their first direct selling company in the nutrition sector and were very successful for 20 years. And then after 20 years, they made a decision. They pivoted and moved over into software, where they were supporting companies in our industry that were mega successful. But then one day in November of 2022, they heard about one letter, two numbers. You can guess what that is, X39. And they were so intrigued, they said, we have to dive in and jump into this company. And within 9 months, they reached the rank of Senior Presidential Director. And then following the next 9 months, qualified at Elite Senior Presidential Director by qualifying for Bora Bora. And then this year have already qualified for Switzerland. So they're going to be flying to Switzerland in just a few days. And that's just a testament of their leadership and their commitment to their team, that they've been able to have so much success here at LifeWave. And if you were to ask Andy 5 words that describe him, if he describes himself, it would be smart, witty, sharp, athletic, and a numbers nerd. But if I describe Andy, he's an incredible leader, an outstanding, just overall awesome guy who's committed to his team and to LifeWave. Will you help me give a big warm welcome to Elite Senior Presidential Director, Andy Hosier?
Come on. Good morning. Now, Geraldo wasn't really supposed to share that because he said, how do I describe you? And I gave him some funny comments. And so, we're having fun. We have a lot to celebrate. In fact, kind of dangerous, but we played this old school song called Jump Around. I think by the end of the day, you guys are going to be ready and willing to jump around because of what we're about to see and what we're about to learn. Yes. So, but, the destination between here and there is change. And change can be tricky, just so you know. One of the biggest challenges of change is that many times we overestimate what we have and we underestimate what could be. And so a lot of times as we're progressing through our lives is that we just have to reevaluate. And so I'm excited to tell you a little bit about what you're going to see today is going to blow your mind. In fact, I want you to think about your journey to LifeWave, if you will. And so our journey, as Geraldo shared, is that we had 20 years plus in the nutrition industry. And then we heard about this incredible technology called X39, and it was new. It was something different. In fact, how many of you have a background in wearable patch technology prior to LifeWave? Anybody? No? Okay. I didn't think so. So the point is, you guys are change leaders because you saw something that the other people didn't have a chance to see, or they didn't have the ability to see what you saw. Now, it just so happened that LifeWave was a binary plan, and there was a little bit of a learning curve here to get started because, frankly, we didn't have experience in that. Think back to when you signed up, is that we started learning about 330 points and 660 points. We started learning about a power leg and a profit leg and 6 cycles to unlock third generation. You guys see what I'm saying? There's a lot of things that you and I had to learn the day we started. In fact, the person that just started on your team, they already have a lot to learn. And so our new compensation is going to allow us to, we're going to hit that in stride. So when this launches, it's going to be extraordinary. Now, the truth is, there's people in this room that never even did direct sales. I don't know where they are. Rick and Brittany Francis, amazing couple. They just hit Elite SPD, which is amazing. Yes, with 0 background in direct sales. They had never been a part of a direct sales company. Imagine the learning curve. So my point is, you and I are change champions. And today, if we will calm our minds and be confident. Now, I do have a little insight to share with you because it was about a year ago or about 9 months ago, we had a chance to be invited because of I guess because of our background, understanding compensation plans, we had a chance to be invited on this compensation plan top secret committee, right? Steve and Gina Merritt, they were there. Dr. Stacy was there. It was this small group of people, and I'm excited to share with you, sitting at the table, it was amazing because there's an old proverb that says, if you want to know the road ahead, ask those on the journey back. I think I've got that somewhere, maybe. Oh, what a cool slide. Thank you. So if you want to know the road ahead, ask those on the journey back. What that means is when you press in to seek wisdom, and thank you, Meredith, thank you, Emily, thank you to the team, to Dan, the entire organization that was involved, because here's what they said. We're going to go find the best and brightest ideas of people that have been in the road ahead. Now, yes, please give them a hand. Now, the reality is that it does, knowing the road ahead and navigating the road ahead, what I wanted to share with you because of our personal experience is that many times there's a few reasons why companies will go through this. Number one is they have to, meaning the company may not survive unless they do. We've seen that, headlines and stories and different things that happen in our industry. Number two is that they need to. Sometimes there's regulations and different things that change, and their business model may just not be applicable today. But number three, they get to. You see how different that is? In the philosophy, I love it that David Schmidt and Meredith and the team, is they approach this and they said, we get to revamp, rewire, reconstruct our compensation plan for the future, which is just absolutely amazing to me, and I hope you guys are encouraged by that. So, as we kind of transition, I do want to share with you one other thought is that it takes leaders with vision to help people pursue dreams. And so today, as you're buckled in, if you think that, okay, I am a change champion, I embrace change, I run with it, but it takes leaders with vision. So in today's, as we begin to unpack the components and pieces of our 2.0 compensation plan, I like to say it's an enhancement. Because here's the little secret, is that some of the pieces that we kept, anybody like product introduction bonuses? Yeah, they're in there. Anybody like building two teams, left team, right team, binary style? Yeah, it's in there. Anybody a fan of binary commissions, binary team commissions? Yeah, all of us, right? It's in there. How about this? Any Generation Check Match fan people? It's in there. And what you're about to see is an unbelievable new rookie bonus. Brand new brand partners are going to have a new rookie bonus and a leadership bonus for all of the people involved in LifeWave. So what you're about to see today is going to be amazing. Now, in closing, I want to give you one other thought. And it kind of hit home yesterday. So a caterpillar has really two goals. They eat and they grow. And that's really the primary two roles of any caterpillar, is to eat and grow. And they got a pretty good life, right? So many times we overestimate what we have and we underestimate what is possible. Now, a butterfly happens to grow wings, and they have the ability to travel all over the place. A butterfly is what pollinates all different types of plants. They actually reproduce is another key component of a butterfly, not going there. Here's the point, is that a butterfly may have benefits that a caterpillar can't even imagine. Is that fair? Imagine the butterfly's perspective is saying, caterpillar, if you could only see what I see, you would fly. The things that you could experience are amazing. Well, when we overestimate what we have and underestimate what could be, it's kind of like the caterpillar. Well, it just so happened, we were eating breakfast yesterday with Matt and Kim Curtis. My amazing wife was sitting next to me. I look over to her, and these butterfly wings were on the wall at the Mexican food restaurant right here at this resort, which is pretty amazing. And so Isn't that fun? And we said, okay, time out. We got to take a picture. So how many of you in this room are saying, okay, you know what? I don't want to just crawl around. I don't want to just grow and eat, but I'm ready to fly with Compensation Plan 2.0. You guys ready? Awesome. Thank you.
Can we give it up one more time for Andy Hosier from the great state of Florida? All right, let's go on and move into our next speaker. Meredith already touched a little bit on who she is, but our next speaker has over 20 years working in the direct selling channel and only knows her entire career spans just in our industry. She knows it inside and out, working both on the corporate side at a number of different companies when she was getting started, across from working in sales strategy, IT, operations, literally across the corporate departments. And she gained so much love for our channel. But then if you were to ask her, what's her favorite thing about network marketing? She'll say, hands down, compensation. I bet when Emily was growing up and they did slumber parties, she was doing math contests with whoever was in the room with her. Steve's laughing because I think he knows. She has a mind of, looks at the numbers. She loves our industry. She knows the importance of having a solid compensation plan to give the brand partners a roadmap to success at the company. And she brings all that experience here to LifeWave. She's been working with us I met Emily probably 9 months ago when we first got involved into the compensation plan discussions. But I know she's been working with Meredith for a number of different years. I know Meredith has actually been trying to recruit her to come over and be on our corporate team for a number of years. But Emily is a dedicated mother. She decided this is her way of contributing to our direct selling industry by partnering up with companies and helping them achieve success. And so we have the honor today of hearing directly from Emily Barr, who's gonna be walking us through Compensation Plan 2.0. Can you help me give a big round of applause for Emily Barr?
LifeWave. I am so excited to be here with you guys today. I don't know if it was the 30 weeks pregnant or being super excited, but obviously I had trouble sleeping last night. But I am extremely excited to be here with you guys and walk through Compensation 2.0. Before I get started, because most of you here don't know me, so it's kind of like, you know, who are you? You say you're a compensation expert. What makes you an expert? So I'm just going to give you a little bit of background on me. I actually went to school with the intention of becoming a CPA. I did a finance degree with a business dual major, economics minor, and that's what I wanted to do because it was numbers and accountants make money, and I wanted to make money. I don't know about anybody else in this room, but I wanted to make money. So going through getting to my degree, I had the pleasure of doing an internship and very quickly realized, oh my gosh, I'm making a terrible mistake. God love you if you are an accountant, know an accountant, love an accountant, God bless them, but that is not what I wanted to do. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so boring. I don't want to clean up everyone else's mathematical errors like for the rest of my life. How am I going to do this? So I put my head down and I barreled through what my internship had planned to take me the entire summer in 2 weeks, and they had to find something else for me to do. So they were very backlogged on managing their compensation payout of their network marketing division. They needed somebody to enter direct deposits and help with cutting checks. So I was like, sure, get me out of this accounting room. I'll do whatever. So then I started asking questions. You know, when I was seeing the checks and seeing all these people earning all this money, I was like, what is this? What do you guys do? And I started learning more about the channel. And when my internship was up, they offered me a job. And luckily, my boss quit like as soon as I accepted the job. And here's why that was a great thing, because they were looking to move to a new commission engine software. And that was their expert on the comp plan. So they needed someone to help explain to the technology people, so really have a really ingrained, in-depth knowledge of how this worked, to explain to those people that were programming. So that fell on my shoulders. So in my early 20s, I had to become a compensation expert. I had to, if I wanted to keep my brand new job. And then I went to my first conference, and we started working on that plan, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is the cool, fun math that I've been dreaming of my entire life. This is amazing. It's not just numbers, it's psychology, it's chemistry, it builds on each other. It's all these organic, beautiful things. I was like in heaven. My dream had come true. I found something that was gonna stimulate me and keep me interested. And luckily, I have been very blessed with working with amazing companies. About 10 years ago, I decided, as Geraldo mentioned, because my background is so expansive, I have IT, I have operations, I have finance, I have sales strategy, I have training background. I was like, you know what? I think a lot of companies can benefit from what I have to offer. So I decided to kind of go out on my own and start consulting, and that has also been an amazing experience. I've helped very large companies like LifeWave do amazing things like launch new markets, launch new comp plans or enhance comp plans, all the way down to brand new startups that don't have distributor one on their books yet, and helping them set things up and figure things out, and what's my comp plan gonna be, and who's gonna be my software provider. So this consulting journey has really helped me continue to do what I love, which is learn and grow. And I have to say, hands down and hats off to LifeWave, this has been an amazing project, and you guys have an amazing corporate and leadership team that is here to support you guys. I have never in my 20-year career seen a company more dedicated to their sales force and committed to doing the right thing and helping you guys be successful than this company has done. And I'm sure you guys are gonna see it as we go through the plan and we talk about, Meredith's gonna come on and talk about things like transition, but this company, in my eyes, has proven itself extremely committed to you guys. So you should be very grateful and thankful that you have such a dedicated team behind you. All right. So that is a little bit about me. Now, obviously, you guys are super anxious about getting in and learning more about Compensation 2.0. So let's dive into that. So before we actually talk about ways to earn, we have to talk a little bit more in depth about what Meredith mentioned, that success pathway, okay? Because that is foundational. As she mentioned, we've expanded this success pathway more ranks, right? She talked about the point of that is to kind of smooth things out a bit, not have such big jumps or distances that you have to go from moving from one rank to another. Not only is that going to be important from a recognition standpoint, which you guys will learn about the recognition program later today, but also from a compensation standpoint. It's very important as you work and you strive to increase your rank. There are guaranteed, I don't want to say guaranteed, but close to guaranteed earning increases, or as Meredith mentioned, earning opportunities that are going to be available. You do, you get. You advance in rank, you get X. So this is built into this, and this is part of the reason why this success pathway is foundational. You will see as we get into the ways to earn how that expands based on you moving through the success pathway. So the success pathway, we have expanded the ranks as we talked about. We are keeping what we're referring to as competencies. So a manager competency, a director competency, an executive, a presidential. And we are expanding it to a star designation. So 1-star, 2-star, 3-star. This helps you understand kind of where that person is within that competency level. So am I a brand new director? I'm a 1-star. I'm just kind of getting into, really that team building activity. Or am I a seasoned team builder as a 3-star director? And I'm really kind of looking to make that jump to executive. So this is meant to also be a training tool for you as you look through your team to really know where someone is within their business. All of these qualifications on screen are based on your enrollment tree organization, those people that you've personally enrolled and what they are doing. We will get into each one of them and explain, but that's understanding point number 1. This is your enrollment tree, those people that you've personally enrolled. Important point number 2. These figures are all based on a rolling 31-day period, just like today, where we're looking at a longer period of time. Yes, your rank is calculated weekly, but we're going to look at the end day of that week and go back 30 days so it's comprehensive of all of the sales activity that happens in a full month in that 31-day period. So, there's one more important point that I need to make before we actually jump into these qualifications more in depth. And that is understanding the 2 volume concepts that we will have with Compensation 2.0. So we will be introducing a concept known as qualifying volume, QV. This is called qualifying volume because what the purpose of this volume is to calculate your rank qualification. That's why it's called qualifying volume. Okay? Bonus volume is going to be the base in terms of calculating your bonuses. And that's why it's called bonus volume. So why have 2? Trust me, I am a huge fan of simplification and making things as simple as possible. So this was not a, hey, let's just throw something in there to have an added layer of complexity. Qualifying volume. How many people here go after customers? You got some customers in your team, your organization. All right. Qualifying volume is going to ensure that whether you have a customer purchasing or a brand partner purchasing, you are going to receive the same value of qualifying volume. It is not going to be reduced in any mechanism because it's a customer. So what that means is all of that volume, think about it today for you guys that have customers, all that volume right now that's coming in for your customers that's being reduced, you will get 100% of that to meet your qualifications. So the PV that we're talking about, the QDV we're talking about, those will all be based on QV, which is the same value whether it's a brand partner that makes the purchase or a customer that makes the purchase. Bonus volume will still be that reduced base for a customer purchase. And the reason is because preferred customers receive wholesale pricing. You get paid a retail profit. We can't triple pay on an order. It wouldn't make sense from a plan standpoint, and it's not sustainable. And as Meredith mentioned, one of the biggest things with Comp 2.0 is we want this to be sustainable. So from a bonus volume, the credit that gets given for bonuses, that will continue to be reduced. But qualifying volume, what you get to reach your rank qualifications, will be the same whether it's a brand partner or a customer purchasing. So personal volume. So what is personal volume then? Personal volume is what the qualifying volume of what you personally purchase in the 31-day period and all of your personally enrolled customers purchase. That represents your personal volume. For the ranks of manager and director, that value is 110. Active brand partner will remain as 55. At the executive level, the personal volume requirement becomes 200. And that's what carries forward for executive and presidential ranks. In most countries, there is a maximum amount of that personal volume that can come from a personal purchase. That maximum is 110. So what does that mean? That means that your personal purchase that you've made in the 31-day period, we will count up to 110 qualifying volume from your personal purchase. If you are trying to qualify for an executive or a presidential rank, you will need 90 additional qualifying volume points to be coming from at least one personally enrolled customer. Okay? Qualified downline volume. What is that? So that is the entire amount of qualifying volume from your enrollment tree. What I personally buy, what my personally enrolled customers buy, what my personally enrolled brand partner teams and everything they're doing. All of that summarized. However, it's taking into account a maximum volume rule. So what is a maximum volume rule? The maximum volume rule says that at any given rank, you can have up to 50% of that volume requirement come from one organization. So we will potentially be capping an organization that is higher than that amount. That does not mean you lose that volume. It's not like we're taking that volume away. It's just, this is the maximum amount of volume we're counting from that organization for you to qualify at this rank. If you want more of that organization to count, then you need to be striving to qualify at a higher rank so that more of that volume in that team can be used for your rank qualification. But you will be bonused on that volume regardless. It just is going to be capped potentially for your personal rank qualification. And you can see that that max volume rule is 50%. So in my example as the 3-star director, I have a 20,000 qualified downline volume requirement. That means no more than 10,000 can come from any one single personally enrolled brand partner team. So that's the max I'm going to count. Right. So now we're going to get into the structural requirements of rank qualification. And here's the really amazing thing about Comp 2.0. These structure requirements are volume-based. So even though they are building structure within your organization, they're volume-based, which means you, as the brand partner leader, you have the flexibility to build, train, and develop the way you want to. We're not forcing you to say, hey, at this rank you need to have 3 managers, and at this rank you need to have 3 directors, and at this rank you need to have 3 executives. You can build that volume how you choose. That will make sense as we start to explain this, but that's the amazing thing about having volume-based structure requirements. It allows flexibility. So what are volume legs? A volume leg is essentially a personally enrolled brand partner team. And in the requirements, you need anywhere from 1 to 3 volume legs. So 1 to 3 personally enrolled brand partner teams that their business is performing and producing total downline volume, everything that their team's producing, at the level that's required for the rank. So again, using my 3-star director example, I need at least 2 personally sponsored brand partners who are producing, their entire organization is producing at least 3,000 in qualifying volume for everyone, okay? So that's volume legs. And it's always going to be the largest teams are considered your volume legs, okay? Next is the concept of outside largest legs volume. So what that's saying is I have those 2 brand partner teams. Let's say these are my volume legs. What is everything else my organization is producing outside of those 2 teams? So in this simplified example, I have 2 brand partner legs, one with 5,000, one with 2,000. And then I have a 3rd brand partner team that's doing 700. But between my purchase and my personally enrolled customers, I'm also doing 500 in PV. So that PV and that 3rd brand partner's QV, their total downline volume, is going to be summed together, and it's going to give me 1,200. So I have my 2 legs, and then outside of that, I have 1,200. So I'm going to ask my amazing enrollment team to come up here, because I think if you guys actually see it with physical human beings and not just squares on a screen, it'll make a little bit more sense. So if I can have my Rockstar team come out, give them a round of applause. All right. Okay, so these are all of my personally enrolled brand partners here, okay? I got a pretty strong team, right? All right, so let's say that my 2 strongest teams are Geraldo and Garrett, okay? They're my largest teams, okay? These become my 2 volume legs, okay? So now I know these are helping me meet those volume leg qualifications. Then everyone else, go ahead and slide down. Everyone else, everything that they're doing, as well as me, what am I buying and personally selling, all of this is going to be grouped together, and this is going to be our outside largest leg volume. Okay? Does that make sense? Give me a cheer, woo! All right. Okay, perfect. Rockstar team, stay here. So final structure requirement. And this is where now, this is the first time that we're going to talk about your binary organization, okay? So this is still enrollment tree based. I'm still looking at my enrollment tree, who have I personally enrolled? But now I'm going to look at where are those personally enrolled individuals residing on my binary? Who's on my left and who's on my right? Binary balancing says there is a minimum amount that you need to have from your enrollment tree, those people you've personally enrolled, on each side of your binary, the left and the right. Okay? That can come from 1 person, it can come from 100 people. It doesn't matter who it's being derived from, it just needs to have that amount of volume from people you've personally enrolled on both sides. So I'm going to go through a couple different examples. Let's say my 2 rock stars here, they're both on my right side. So this is my enrollment organization volume on my binary right side, all of the volume that their teams have produced. And then the rest of my Rockstar team is on the left side of my binary. So then this is my enrollment total downline volume on the left side. But let's say that Garrett is actually over here. Now this is the enrollment tree volume that I have on my right side. It's just 1. And that could balance to what I need for my rank here on the other side. So again, let's use my example of a 3-star director. If Geraldo's team is producing 3,000 in enrollment tree volume, and he's on my right side, check, I got the 3,000 on my right. And then everybody else, let's say sums to 10,000, then do I have 3,000 on my right or on my left too? Yes. So I have what I need. I have that minimum amount of balancing. It doesn't matter if there's a lot more on one side and not as much on the other. I just need to hit the minimum amount that is required for my rank. Okay? Makes sense? Yes? All right. Okay. So that is, and you guys, thank you, Rockstar team. You've been amazing. Give them a big round of applause. So now you can see the flexibility that you have with these structural requirements, knowing that it's not asking for a given rank. All I'm looking for is volume. I'm looking for how much volume are my two biggest teams, how much volume is outside of those biggest teams, including what I'm doing PV-wise. And then is that enrollment, how much of that enrollment tree organization volume is on my left binary side and my right binary side? But again, there's no requirement of this many people or it has to be this person and this person. You have that flexibility. So if you want your outside largest leg volume to come from one person, by all means, you can do that. If you want it to come from 10 people, you can do that. If you want it to come from a combination of personally enrolled brand partners and yourself personally selling, that's fine too. So again, you have a lot more flexibility with a volume-based structural requirement than you ever do with a rank-based structural requirement. So that is the success pathway. When you guys see me next, we will actually get into, I'm sure, what you are most excited for, which is the 9 ways to earn. And we'll walk through each one of those. But it's been great having some time with you guys, and I'll see you in a little bit.
All right. Give it up one more time for Emily Barr. We're going to see her a number of times today. But now it's my pleasure to bring on our next speaker. So this couple actually joined LifeWave 34 months ago, but have over actually 37 years of experience in direct sales. And they have the mind of champions. He was actually a professional world champion water skier. And then she was a flight attendant for over 35 years as a flight attendant for Delta. But they have come to LifeWave with all this experience, built a team of leaders, and today are so proud to say they now have over 104 senior presidential directors on their team. And we have the opportunity to hear directly today straight from the state of Florida. We have none other than Steve Merritt. Please help me give a big welcome to Steve.
All right, morning. You guys ready? Are you having fun? Are you excited? Hey, I just want to congratulate every single one of you for taking the effort, doing what it takes, because I know it's not easy to make it here today, to put yourself in the fire. You want to be in the fire. I mean, we're excited to have 9,000, 10,000 people watching online, but you're here and you're ready to make this happen for you and your family. And we don't want anyone to miss out what is about to happen. So get excited. Get on the edge of your seat. Get on the edge of your seat. Even if you're watching online, you got to get on the edge of your seat because this is your moment. This is your chance to make a difference. I love what's already been shared already this morning. You could break me out of here and go rock this thing already before it even gets started. I mean, the newest person has got a huge advantage because they're going to be able to break into this incredible opportunity to crush a compensation plan that there's like no other in any other network marketing company in the world. That's a game changer. Nobody has what we've got. All right, so first of all, I want to thank all the corporate team. They are doing a phenomenal job, starting with David Schmidt. I mean, this gentleman is doing everything he can do to put and position his brand partners, who are his friends, in a position to win. So give it up for David. All right. Then we want to thank Meredith. I mean, since she came on board, she is just doing everything. Does she have that personal touch? You could just feel that she wants every one of you to have the success that you want for your family. Give her a hand. All right? And then all the other corporate team members that are just doing a phenomenal job. All the consultants that help us put this together, because it was a combined effort of leadership, corporate team, consultants, and give it up for Emily, who was just here helping everybody make this happen. Now, you're going to hear, first of all, I just want to thank you for all your prayers. You can see my neck brace is not on today. The doctor's saying, hey, you could go on the stage and not have to wear a neck brace. But I mean, I just had major surgery and I got another new testimony. All right? I hear my doctor testimonies by just going in there. Don't tell him anything that I'm wearing, nothing, and let the top surgeon that doesn't do many of these kind of neck surgeries from all the world championship falls that I had as a pro athlete skier, okay? And he says to me, I've never seen a patient of mine get better this faster. All right? I mean, do I need any more information? I'm just ready to go. That's all I need. I don't need all these stats and everything. I just did it on my own body. Now, don't go have a surgery like mine to get that testimony. Just use mine. All right? But you got to decide that you're going to break out of here and you're going to do what it takes to set your family up for success, because this is too big to let it pass by. And by the way, David and his team have been setting us up since we started for success. I mean, for 19 years, they never had a leadership pool, a profit-sharing bonus pool for the people that go rock this thing and hit the highest rank and meet the requirements. Did you know we have that? Are you getting a piece of it? Okay, I heard 3 of you. All right? I'm just saying it's laid out for you. No matter how much we talk and encourage you about this enhancements that the company is dropping in our lap to make more money, if you haven't hit that one, it's already sitting there for you waiting for David to cut the check. He's like, okay, I'm like, if someone's got their checkbook open, make them pay. That's just me. So it's up to you where you're going, but so many of it didn't even start getting the check from that one. And once you see these people go across the stage, I mean, how many people do you have to see that you shake their hand, they say I'm at the highest rank or I'm this success, that it doesn't say to you, oh my gosh, I'm going to be rich. When I came to my first event, I'm sorry, but I went there and every person, I kept introducing all my friends to all these people that are winning and succeeding, saying, I hope you see what I see. If they can do it, we can do it. Anyone can do it if you really put your heart and mind into it. And by the way, that's one reason why I love what I did for a living as a pro athlete, becoming a world champion. You have to have a mindset that if that guy can do it, I'm going to do every trick they can do to become a world champion, and you can't have any doubt you might get hurt. Okay? I hope you can see that same attitude I brought in here. Like, if one person can do it, we all can do it. So you've got to have that attitude breaking out of here. Those of you watching online, I hope you're getting nervous and jerky in your seat, saying, I got to do it. Because we're just, all we do is want you to succeed. Let's go. It's up to you. You can't wait for Meredith to do it for you. I've never had to use David, Meredith, ask them. I don't call them up. Can you help me talk to somebody? I just lay it out. If they got a dream, they'll get in. If they want better health, they'll get in. But I can't wait for my upline. I can't wait for the corporate team. They're laying it out for you to go make it happen. I hope that you grasp what's about to happen today and going on over the next 60 days as we launch and make this happen. All right. First of all, I love Emily. She knows I love her because she set us up to win in a big way. But you saw her when she had all the people. She was even trying to use people. Did anybody understand that? I didn't. I'm sorry, let's be honest, all right? She knows exactly. She helped write it. She knows exactly, but you can't explain it in that detail to help a new person get started in this plan. As a matter of fact, to this day, almost all of my friends that are winning don't know how they make their 3 ways to make money. So, let me ask you a question. People are wondering, is this better? Okay? I'm just a simple guy, all right? It's like currently we only have 3 ways to make money. Only 3. All right? Now they're saying we want to give you 9 ways. Okay. Now this isn't a trick question or anything like they used to do in school to me when I negotiated my way out. This is not a trick question, all right? What's better, 3 ways to make money or 9 ways? If your boss said, hey, currently we make 3 ways here, but now we're going to add 9 ways, what are you going to pick? Come on, this is elementary. It's like, come on. They're giving us 9 ways. They keep rolling out more money. I mean, how fast can you stuff your pockets? All right? Okay, so we all decided that we love Emily, but don't be her. Is that easy enough? We heard her, I mean, how much fun can a slumber party be when you're just calculating numbers over here and everybody else is partying? The partying ones are the ones that are going to sponsor people. Are you with me? I'm just helping you out. Some of you are trying to like calculate how this works. We don't know how to do it. We just do it. Okay? It's the strategy that's going to help you win. All right? So, 9 ways is better. Today, I love what Meredith said. It's about a legacy change, a legacy shift. Does anybody love their kids? All right? Anybody? Wasn't very loud. Okay. All right. Wouldn't you like to see your kids benefit from what this opportunity has to offer? Well, you're going to have to win big time. And what if you could pass the legacy of your business onto your kids because it lasted that long? You think you might set them up for a little success if you're maxing out the team commission? Your kids, you might even move up, so your kids might just put your picture on the wall over the mantle when you pass away. Okay? It's like if you don't have any pictures of any of the relatives, long lost relatives, they probably didn't leave you much. Go to the big mansions on Palm Beach Road where we're on A1A where we live. I guarantee they got grandpa, great-grandpa, great-grandma, everybody all over the place. All right? Because they left them a legacy. That's what we're talking about. You better be ready. Okay? I hope you get it. I hope, because we're going to get it. I love the grit. I love the stamina of Meredith and of David and the corporate team. They're doing this, like Andy said, when they don't have to. I've never seen that. Now, I've been in this industry for 37 years. This is only the 3rd time I ever signed up in a company. But the last 2, I saw them wait too long and they didn't make the change. I used to go in the office and say, hey, the people on the bottom need to make more money so we don't have to worry about retention, so we don't lose as many people as we sign up every month. And they kept scratching their head. But Meredith gets it. Meredith gets it. All right? I love this. They're making the adjustments for a major move, all right? And they're giving us time to adjust. We don't have to do it today, tomorrow. We got time, 36 weeks for the highest ranks. I mean, come on. 36 weeks you can make when you have momentum. I don't know how many thousands of people are signing up every single week in LifeWave, but I know thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands are signing up on our team. That is a very good time to make adjustments. When you have momentum, you can do that. If nobody's signing up, you can't do much. Okay, so this is a perfect time. I hope you grasp it. All right? Now, the compensation plan enhancements. That's all I call it, is enhancements. I mean, 2.0, I don't know if I like that. I like the compensation because they're just giving us more money. Anything you don't understand about that. 2.0, I don't know. But enhancements, more money, I get it. Okay? So I hope you're saying that to your team. Okay? Let's not forget the number one most important thing. If you're a leader in this industry, have you ever had somebody, you had to have people say, and if you're brand new, you're probably going to have someone come up to you, I'm just warning you right now, and they got something bigger, badder than they've ever seen than LifeWave, and they got the best compensation plan in the world. Anybody ever hear that? Okay, let me help you with something. You can give me the best compensation plan in the world, but if you don't have anything that's going to light it up, you got nothing. Okay? You give me any compensation plan there is, and I will light it up with X39. Okay? Why? Because it's David's life calling. His whole life, he's been doing what it took. When the government contracted him for the first patch technology, he had already put in years and years of research and development, or they wouldn't have contracted him. Hello? Oh, just contract Steve. He's going to give you a patch. I've never even studied one. Think about it. That's how advanced he already was before they even started. And it wasn't until July 2020 that they came up with the patent of the X39. That's a life calling. Any other network you go into, all they want to do is make money. He wasn't even thinking of money. He was thinking about bettering mankind. That's a whole different, that is a product so far superior than any product that's in networking. It's hard, you can't even compare. It's not even fair. This is so easy. People are just coming up to us. What are you doing? I can see how much energy you got. I want it. All right, turn around. We're going to stick you. All right? So, all I'm getting is that you can't forget, no matter what you look at, the company wants to pay out the max they possibly can, 60%, and we have the best product you could possibly have in our industry. Give it up for where you're going. All right? Okay. More money. Meredith talked about it. There is so much money. I started adding it up, and the amount of money that the newest person is going to make is insane. Thank you, corporate team. Thank you, all the consultants. Thank you, Emily, for just putting so much money on the bottom that nobody is going to ever want to leave your team. You just got to show them the money on the bottom. Start putting one right, one left. They're already making $25 a week. If everybody's on an advanced package, they're already making $25 a week for the first rank. One right, one left, and you're the first rank. Does anybody like to hit ranks? Okay, how do you hit the first rank? Get yourself on advanced, put advanced right and advanced left, you're already at the first rank. Congratulations. And you pat them on the back. When was the last time they ever got complimented? Right? You think their wife is complimenting them? You think their boss is complimenting them? All they're doing is telling them everything they got to do and what they did wrong. Here, you're like, attaboy, you hit the first rank, $25 a week, come on. That'll keep them in, by the way, because your newest guy now making nothing. Think about it, all right? So, put one right, one left again on an advanced package, you hit the second rank already. 2-star manager, and they even named them the same ranks that we have, thanks to Andy, thanks to Mike, thanks to Dr. Stacy, all right? They were going to call you a topaz. I'm sorry, but I'm telling you, in this meeting, Andy was there. We want to call you guys topazes. I don't know what a toe or a paz is, but I don't want to be one. All right? Okay? So, just giving you a heads up. These were some pretty heavy conversations we had. Kick out the topaz. All right? All right. So, that's going to help your retention, by the way. Somebody's like, hey, I might take a little hit. Don't worry, because you're going to be able to keep your group. I'd rather take a little hit to keep my group because everyone's making money. Why do you think they quit? Because they're not making any money. $25 will keep them in. $50 is even better, okay? For 9 weeks, by the way, okay? How about no structure required? Okay, you and my friend, all right, we're in Hawaii on a free trip, okay? And they're at SPD. You know that you have to, if in order to maintain SPD, you have to make sure about approximately 25 circles stay intact, perfectly intact. You can't have one of them miss an order or you completely plummet from $25,000 a week if you're maxing out the team commission to $2,500. We're on this free trip with your friend. One guy doesn't order. His pay drops from $25,000 to $2,500. Is he fired up on that trip? Your entire life, through whenever you want to take a month off with your family, whatever, you're wondering, oh my gosh, is Nancy going to order? Is Bobby going to order? Is Sandy going to order? What if they don't order? Okay, I mean, what fun is that? No more structure. Ever. Okay? I mean, they threw that up on the board. Believe me, I wasn't trying to change that from like I did the topaz thing, all right? I'm like, oh my gosh, this is going to be great for my friend. To be a director, you need about 13 circles perfectly put together, right? And if they're not keep aligned for the rest of your life, you lose the director. Here, I just got to find the first guy, which could be Matt Curtis, okay? Or it could be somebody in those 13 that go and blow this thing up, and all I got to do is work with him for the rest of my time in LifeWave. I never have to worry about 13 circles being perfect. Are you with me? Someone's going to say, what are the benefits? No structure. You get to have your newest person making so much money if they engage. Again, I can't promise anything, but I look at everyone like they're a winner. They can win, you can do it. I don't know how you look at yourself, but I know you could be at the highest rank. All right? 10% of your lesser leg, 33660 is not easy. 2 less. If you knew how many least people cycle in LifeWave, you would be so flat fired up about 10% of your lesser leg. It is so much easier. It is so much easier to calculate, understand, and everyone can do it. Get excited about 10%. Now again, it starts the first couple ranks, you don't get 10%, but your volume stays. Come on, you one right, one left, you hit the first rank. One right, another one right, one left, hit the second rank. How fast are we going to go through the ranks? I mean, in a couple, 3 weeks, you can be at the 4th rank, making a $500 bonus, and you're making all your money, all your cycling with 10% of your lesser leg. So all you're doing in the binary, instead of 33660, you're still got the binary, but you're getting 10% of your lesser leg. Now, I'm not going to go through it because Emily will. Okay, she'll explain it, but I'm excited about it. Can you tell? All right? Okay. Only 3 legs to move through all the ranks. Basically, it's 2 legs and then a volume that is based on all the legs that you have put together. I was fighting this because me and my wife are used to 3 legs, 6 legs, 9 legs, 12 legs, 15. Give me 30 legs. I'll do it. All right? And people are like, Emily said, our feet are in the sand. We're only building 3. Then I started thinking, oh my gosh, for my friends, 2 legs and some volume on the side, this is a piece of cake. Anyone can help 3 people. Are you with me? 3 people? That's embarrassing. All right, I'm just saying that I said all of us are going to be at the same rank because if you have a person that decides they're going to rock it, whether you want to do it or not, and they're going to go do it, you can't stop that leg. There's 1. Do it 2 and do it 3. Just do it. 3 legs. That's amazing. I've never seen anything. All you have to do is 3 legs and build it. So if you follow our program of 20 right, 20 left, that's 40 legs. You only need 3 of those. I like 2 in the hopper. Okay? Okay, now, $20,000 per generation, 6 generations down, and they skip the people that aren't doing anything. So what a blessing. I mean, it had to be one of the consultants, because I don't know, LifeWave for some reason said, we want to count the person that's doing nothing. So if I sponsor a fantastic person, if I sponsor somebody that decides they don't want to do it and then they sponsor Andy, I'm basically praying that person quits. That is not a good philosophy to build a business. Oh, I pray that they just quit. They hate the patches. You know what I mean? They get a rash like everyone says they get I never got one. I don't know where they're getting these, but I hope that one gets one. All right? So, who would have that philosophy? It's all changed. The game has changed. No duds are counted. I hate to call them a dud, but they haven't done anything, right? So they skip all those 6 generations, 20. Think about this. Hernandez is in the millions and the millions. Oh, wait. Curtis is in the millions and the millions. One of my personals, all right? Reed and Scott, millions and millions, all right? All my ranks, all right? And we just started. We're only in for months, okay? Once we cap the team commission of $6,250, that's all you get. It's like, come on, I need some money. That's all I get. They go to 5 million, 10 million, 20 million. I'm only getting $6,000. 20,000. How about 20,000? Does that sound better? All right. How about 6 generations, $20,000? Okay, I'll just do it real quick. Not that I'm a slumber party math person, but 3 legs, if you don't count all the generations and all the people they personally sponsor, just 3 legs, 6 down. It's as simple, basic as you possibly get. You can't even build a business that week, but 3 legs, 6 levels down, 20,000 and 6 legs. That's 120, 240, 360,000 per week possible. Could anybody want to make 360,000 a week? Go ask your boss, how long do I got to work here to make 360,000 a week? And then you're going to be fired up about what we're talking about today. All right? Okay. The strategy is the same. 20 right, 20 left. Anybody don't understand that? Just slam them in, all right? And help them go manager. You put one right, one left. On advanced, you're at the first rank. Put two right, two left on the second. On advanced, you're at the second rank. Any questions? You're just going to go and break managers. But now you can go manager one right, one left, so it kind of doesn't scare them so hard because they only got 2 friends instead of 4. All right? I don't know. I'm just trying to help you out. I'm not even good at talking to people, and I can find people to talk to because it's so easy to talk to them about. Hey, I got this gentleman, his life calling was to change mankind for their better health, and there's a ton of money because all the doctors are telling me it's the biggest thing they've ever seen in the medical industry. So we have our hands on it. You want to have better health and you want to make money. I'm not sure. Is your wife around? I need somebody with common sense. I mean, ask her. Say, could you guys use any more money around here? Her husband said no. The dishwasher don't work. The washer and dryer are broken. The car don't start. And I'd like to go on a vacation and I need more shoes. All right? Build your legs. Have I said this since I started? You haven't heard me long because I've only been in for 34 months out of 20 years, okay? But I did say, build your legs even. You're going to have more profitability. Listen, you do the exact same thing that we're teaching, okay? Who do you work with? The ones that are here. The people that are plugged in, the people that are calling you. Stop trying to raise the dead. Go find some people. They're all out there. They're all out there. Go get them, all right? Okay? I already said the power of 2 is just 1 right, 1 left. You're 1-star manager. 2 right, 2 left. Again, they got to be an advanced package, so I'm saying the right thing. But what's an advanced package to start rocketing through the ranks? All you're doing is you're helping yourself go manager, 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, and helping your friends do the exact same thing. Is that any different? And you can make more money. It's like, oh my gosh, it's like somebody needs to call or send the messages wherever we can and thank David for making this happen and making this move for every one of us, because that's what it's all about. Okay. I hope you decide after today that you are going to dig down deeper. I mean, my friends are rocketing through these ranks. You know why? Because they know that if I can do it, they know. I'm not talking about Gina right now. She's educated. She's on her game. You know that. But for me, if my friends are seeing me rocking through the ranks, that's why they're rocketing through, because it's like they got so much belief because they know who I am. You don't really know me, but when you get to know me, you'll rocket through the ranks. Guy doesn't know how to spell. He doesn't know how to do math. He never went to school. I mean, come on. Doesn't like homework. Oh my gosh. I wish Emily would have been sitting next to me in school. All right? Okay. The faster you accept and implement change, the faster you're going to get through the ranks. You got to decide, this is better. This is my moment, and I'm going to rock it through the ranks and make this happen so that all my team is watching me, and you got this attitude like, if it's to be, it's up to me. I'm not waiting for nobody. I'm not asking for nobody's help. I'm going to go do this thing and make it happen so that I can be the leader of our organization and follow and do exactly what has been laid out for you. We love you guys. Enjoy the rest of the day, but decide right now you're going to get this done and you're going to conquer rocketing through all these new ranks and make it happen. Have a fantastic day. Thank you, Meredith. Thank you, David. Thank you, Emily.
Wow. How about energy? Steve Merritt is like energy, top level. No one's asleep in this room right now, right? Well, our next speaker joined LifeWave back in September of last year. And I was so excited when Wayne joined the company because he comes with over 20 years experience on the marketing side, working, starting in retail, moving his way into direct sales. And he's become quite the figure in direct sales. He's actually a host of a really popular podcast called Direct Approach, where he meets with top level executives from companies across the industry to find out, hey, what's going on in the industry? What are things that we got to look out for? And he's really built this amount of respect in our channel. And to have him join LifeWave was so exciting because now he brings all that experience here. Over the last couple of years, the team we've been building on the corporate side is one that is thinking about the future, right? As we talked about earlier. And having Wayne as part of the team, now he's leading the digital efforts. We're looking at marketing, we're looking at technology, and he's here today to share some great, exciting announcements regarding our preferred customers. So I'm gonna go ahead and invite Senior Vice President of Global Marketing, Wayne Moorhead.
Let me hear you say, woo. Come on, y'all. Woo. A little louder. Woo. Come on, y'all. Woo. Louder. Woo.
How are you doing this morning? You enjoying it so far? Okay, as you can tell, they intentionally scheduled me after Steve as like a pacing element. So, Steve takes the energy up to 11. I'm gonna bring some Bob Ross, level energy to the conversation here today. But I've known Steve for more than 20 years, Steve and Gina, incredible people. I've learned so much from them, and LifeWave is so lucky to have them as part of this incredible community. So I am so excited to be here. I look forward to these events. It's my favorite part of working at LifeWave because I get to come and feel of your energy and excitement and hear all of your stories and learn how we can help you better support you in sharing David's vision and the LifeWave mission. And one of the things I always hear from people as I come to these events, even right outside, was talking to some incredible brand partners, and every one of them says, we've never been part of a company like LifeWave. And I love hearing that. It's probably the most common theme, most common comment I hear from everyone, and I agree as well. Having been almost 25 years in direct selling, I've never been a part of a company like LifeWave that's changing so many lives and having such a huge impact around the world. I know that voice. It's hard to see, but I know that voice. Good morning. So yesterday I literally flew in from Amsterdam, from an industry event that was there. I got to spend time with the LifeWave Europe team and hear about all the incredible things that are happening in their markets, the plans that they have for the future. And it's such a great reminder to me of this incredible global community and really movement. I love that Meredith refers to LifeWave as a movement because that's exactly what this is. Again, grateful to be a part of it. So one of the things I want to share from the event, it was really a cool experience in many ways, and one that I didn't really expect. One for sure I knew, and this was the same in Europe. I was at an industry event a couple weeks ago, is that everyone is talking about LifeWave. I know that was true for me before joining about 8 months ago. I've been watching LifeWave for years and in awe of all the incredible growth and impact that it's having. And we had executives, CEOs, founders from companies across Europe come up to us and say, what is going on with LifeWave? Why is there all this incredible continued success? And I even had one executive, our LifeWave team had a table there that we were all together, and one executive from Europe came up to me and he kind of looked over his shoulder both ways and he slid his sleeve up and he was wearing a LifeWave patch. And he talked about his own, I heard his personal testimonial of X39 and the incredible benefits. I'm sure people in his company wouldn't want him to know that, so I won't name him, I'll keep that in confidence. But as they asked what is happening in LifeWave, for me the response was really easy and it was consistent every time. It's our products and it's our people. So from the people front, leadership from David and Meredith, two of the most incredible leaders, the most incredible leaders I've ever worked with and for in direct selling. Meredith's a legend, David is a legend. And it was interesting how, as Geraldo mentioned, as Meredith mentioned, they continually talked about the Continued Growth Award. Every time the word innovation came up, David was the example. It was the channel needs to innovate like David at LifeSchmidt. We need product innovation like David at LifeWave. We need compensation plan innovation like David and Meredith and LifeWave. He's kind of become the shorthand and the icon for innovation, not just in direct selling, but across sales channels. Thank you. And as it relates to the products, we know that they're revolutionary, thanks to David, thanks to these incredible technologies and his inventions that he's given the world. And we all know, and I personally know myself and my family now, of the life-changing health benefits and wellness benefits of our incredible products. I know that we're all part of something very special. I really appreciate that Meredith encouraged us to think about the Compensation Plan 2.0 as a product. It is an offering that offers incredible value, life-changing value, just like our health and wellness products. And I'm just gonna take just a few minutes today to share a couple elements of this. You're gonna hear more all day long, but how this comp plan is truly innovative, how it is exactly the right comp plan. It was a huge endeavor. I came in, part way through, but the whole company was aligned. I was so impressed with the collaborative approach with the field and how each and every question, each and every discussion was, how does this benefit the brand partners? How can we make this even more rewarding for brand partners? And Meredith's been the most incredible champion, aligning all of us around this. Literally every day we have calls with 75 people, Zooms with 75 people around the world, helping to get this comp plan into place. Meredith's been traveling around the world with Emily as well, training and getting into place. I am so excited. This is truly the best design comp plan I have ever seen in direct selling. So I want to talk a little bit about the PC and PC Plus program. We recently enhanced it in April, made it even more rewarding, and we've already seen, just in the 60 days since we've launched it, an increase in signups, an increase in retention. It is such a powerful part of the compensation plan, and which means it's really helping your businesses as well. As we look at it, we're not saying, oh, this is growing the LifeWave business. We look at this and say, it is growing each and every one of our brand partners' business. So let's dig in just a little bit, and I'll run through this quickly. The foundation for the PC and PC Plus program is the monthly subscription order, the MSO. And that's really the starting point and the foundation for this entire program, and it helps to build a really incredible and stable business for each one of the brand partners. So when customers sign up on a monthly subscription order, that's how they become a preferred customer member. And not only do they get the convenience of having the products delivered right to them so they never run out, that's one of the things I hate. I always notice the benefits, and then especially if I've traveled and forgot a sleeve or something, I'm like, oh man, I just feel different. So making sure that that product comes like clockwork is a really incredible part, but also it's about being rewarded with the following benefits. So let's talk about, well, I guess I'll go back one here really quick. So with the PC program, the benefits are they enjoy 30% discount on LifeWave products, which is huge. It's an incredible incentive that you can give to customers to join and to get on an MSO. They have access to the InTouch app, which I'm going to go more into in just a few minutes. They get the referral link, so you can just send the pre-populated shopping cart. And then every 3 months, they get a sample sleeve of a LifeWave product. They get to experience a new product, understand its benefits, and the intent is for them to add that product to their MSO as they continue to experience more of the portfolio and more benefits from our great products. And then after 12 months, they get a full sleeve of a LifeWave patch product or a single Alavita product. Now, even more rewarding is the PC Plus program. So if you enroll with a $25 annual fee, you still get the same 30% discount on the products. You get access to the app, you get the link, but every month, instead of every 3 months, every month you get a sample sleeve of LifeWave patches, again, to experience the benefits of these products, potentially even to share one or two. And after 12 months, you get the full sleeve. And the beauty of the PC Plus program is the rewards never stop. So every year, you can keep getting those benefits, keep getting those samples every single month. So let's talk a little bit about share and earn. So as a PC Plus member, if you refer 3 customers who place a qualifying order in a given month, or a PC member who gets 2 people plus their own qualifying monthly subscription order, they're going to earn $100 US credit for products. And to maximize that, there's no limit on the number of $100 credits that members can earn. So just repeat the qualifications every month, receive another $100 US credit. So Another really important thing, and one of the aspects of the sharing program that I really love, is this is an incredible starting point to becoming a brand partner. They've already experienced the product. They've already learned how to share it, these products that they love, with friends, families, followers, whatever it is. They've developed the skills, they've developed a network so that they can then become a brand partner and start earning commissions for the activity that they've already learned to do throughout their time as a PC Plus member. So the innovation doesn't just stop with the exciting comp plan, with the incredible aspects of the company, but we all know about the product innovation. Again, David has become the icon in direct selling and beyond for the incredible product innovations. And there's so many exciting things happening over the next few months through marketing and throughout the entire LifeWave family. So please make sure that you're reading the emails, you're looking in the back office, you're looking on our social feeds to understand what's coming, because there's a lot of exciting things coming, in addition to Comp Plan 2.0, which is absolutely game-changing and revolutionary. So the first is Sellergize. How many people are excited for this launch? Okay, well, in the coming days, keep watching for announcements. It's been fun to be on with the Product Connect webinars with David and to hear all of your questions and help answer. Every time I'm on that webinar with David, I learn so much. Even if no one else was listening, I just would sit there and soak it all in. And the incredible products, this is the most powerful supplement that's on the market. And also X2O. David's been doing incredible trainings about X2O. This is the only product in the world that infuses light into water. And one of the many genius aspects of David is that all of these work synergistically and are designed to support the patches and optimize and enhance. So from Sellergize to X2O to the patches, these all work together. I'm so fortunate to be on calls with David and Meredith every week to be learning about this product innovation that's happening, the studies David's doing, these discoveries. Some of them are going to make to market. Some David put on the shelf for a little bit later. He does not stop creating. He does not stop innovating. And I love being able to hear about these and look under the hood. You're going to hear more at conference in October. So if you haven't registered, tickets are running out. So make sure you do that. Geraldo and Meredith both mentioned the 7-year product roadmap. I've never seen this in direct selling. Normally it's kind of a 12-month, maybe an 18-month window as a company is chasing whatever the next hot category is in some wild search for sales. LifeWave is innovating so far in advance that we're creating those categories that everybody else is looking to and creating true innovation. And David is keeping us at the forefront of longevity and wellness. So I can't wait for him to share more on the next product webinar next Wednesday, as well as at conference. So tools and technology. That's another area that David has put a lot of emphasis on at the company for us to continue to innovate. And I'm going to touch on this really briefly because it helps support the Compensation 2.0 initiative. So in the coming months, again, keep looking for all the announcements. There's going to be a new enhanced and actually completely updated InTouch app that's going to help onboard. I'm so excited for this. That's going to help onboard and educate people about Compensation 2.0 to understand how they can maximize the benefits, to quickly get engagement. There's an AI assistant that helps you keep track of all of the leads that are coming in, people that are contacting you, people that are watching the assets that you send. It helps with your team's communication and so much more. So this is there also to support the launch of Compensation 2.0. So keep looking for the announcements here in the coming months. There's also a lot of other assets. The team is frantically working. I'm so proud to be part of this marketing team. New videos, new opportunity videos, new product videos, all these assets that you're going to be able to share and introduce others. And I want to come back to the comment earlier about people. We have new people joining LifeWave every 2 weeks. There's new faces. I've been there. I mean, some people obviously have been there for 20 years, for 12 years, for 15 years. I've been there about 8 months now, and I almost feel like one of the old timers sometimes as there's new faces walking the halls. But some of the people that have joined, especially even recently, I'll be in a meeting and I'll learn of an individual that we just brought in, let's say, to the legal team, to the compliance team. And I think Meredith and others can attest. I literally started clapping when I heard who this person was. And that's continuing to happen. LifeWave is attracting not only the best brand partners in the entire channel, the most incredible leaders, but the best people in the channel are all wanting to come to LifeWave. I could spend half my day responding to text messages and to emails from people saying, are there any opportunities? How do I get in? How can I be a part of LifeWave? Janine is building out an incredible North America marketing team that's going to eat, drink, and sleep the North America market to serve you. We have Christian. I don't know, is Christian here somewhere? I got the opportunity in Amsterdam to spend time with Christian, the new president of our EMEA market. He is so well known and so respected. Dr. Edward in Asia, we truly have an incredible team, and all of these people are dedicated to your success, to helping share David's vision, the LifeWave mission. And while I'm up here representing marketing, there's an entire global team behind me of copywriters, of designers, of digital marketers, of strategists, of analysts that full-time literally work for you. And we make sure that in every meeting, with every decision, it's all about what we can do to support you and helping you build your business. So I'm very excited for 2.0. PC Plus is an important part of rank advancing, of retention, of maximizing the comp plan, and I hope you leverage it to the fullest. Thank you so much for letting me be here today.
All right. So, man, how about Steve Merritt, right? Firing it up. I mean, I can tell you this baby in my stomach was doing somersaults, so if you're not excited, I think there's something wrong with you. Okay, so we are going to now talk about and start talking about the 9 ways to earn. We're going to start with ways 1 and 2, which are focused on how you earn for customer sales, okay? We are carrying over the retail profit concept. So what we have from a retail profit standpoint is for every personally enrolled customer that you bring on, new or existing, based on what type of customer they are and what they purchase, you will earn a retail profit. So that is not changing. Some of the amounts may be slightly different, but the concept is not changing. Every customer sale that you produce, you will generate a retail profit. This is the new element. This is the thing that people that are bringing on customers, or maybe you are interested in bringing on customers but haven't started, this is what's exciting. We are introducing a customer premium. So what is this customer premium? Based on the amount of sales in the 31-day period, in the monthly period, that your personally enrolled customers generate, that's going to entitle you to a customer premium percentage, somewhere between 5% all the way up to 20%, depending on if you do the minimum of 300 or you can get 1,200 or more being produced on that monthly basis from your personally enrolled customers. That is going to entitle you to this percentage for the customer purchases that happen every single week from your personally enrolled customers. So for example, if I'm Lisa and I generate 1,000 in qualifying volume, remember that qualifying volume, same amount whether it was a brand partner that purchased it or a customer. If I generate 1,000 in qualifying volume in the 31-day period from my personally enrolled customers, I'm entitled to a 10% customer premium. That 10% is then going to be applied to the 400 QV that came in that week from my customers' purchases. So I'm going to earn $40 that week. And then whatever customer purchases come in the following week, as long as I'm maintaining that 1,000, or somewhere between that 600 and 1200, I'll continue to earn 10%. So this gives you an opportunity, if you are selling to customers, to earn additional income for every customer purchase on top of that retail profit. You will still earn that retail profit. But if you can sell a minimum of 300 QV, you're going to earn an added percentage on top of that. So yeah, this is a big opportunity for some people that, you know what, I don't really know about the recruiting yet. I don't know if I can do that. I'm not sure. And Wayne just talked about an amazing tool that you can leverage to acquire customers, the PC and PC Plus program. And what's the foundation of that? Monthly subscription orders, right? So if I get a few people on a monthly subscription order, and that's what's generating my 1,000 QV for the rolling 31-day period, what's going to happen next month? I'm going to have that 1,000 again, or maybe more, and the following month, and the following month. So this becomes a recurring income stream for you. So leverage the tools that you have. Leverage that Preferred Customer and Preferred Customer Plus program and reap the benefits here in the plan of earning an additional customer premium on top of that retail profit you're going to get guaranteed on every customer purchase. All right? Everybody excited to explore getting customers now? All right. Okay, I'll see you guys in a little bit for the other ways to earn.
It is started in here.
All right, well, let's give it up for our customers, right? Aren't customers such an important part to our business model? Well, to talk about customers, our next speaker, I actually have to say I really admire our next speaker because she's someone who knows how to separate business life and family life. She's actually a mother to 2 boys, and with her oldest, she actually summited Mount Kilimanjaro. I don't know if a lot of people know this, but she's actually like a mega gamer as well. That's something she's connected with her kids, and whenever she jumps into play, she's usually in the top 10 of the gamers that are in there. But on the other side, she has such tremendous experience in our industry. She jumped in as soon as she became an adult, 18 years old, she jumped into the industry and has been here ever since, now completing 34 years in direct sales. And we're gonna go ahead and give a big warm welcome to an incredible leader out of the state of Texas. Can you help me welcome Senior Presidential Director, Monica Penrod.
This girl is on fire.
Thank you, Geraldo. I do got skills, y'all.
Girl is on fire.
I got some mad skills. And I want to encourage you this morning. Yes, I've been in the industry since I was 18 years old. I turned 52 this year. And anybody in here have a fear of rejection? Nobody? I'm the only weirdo? Okay, I guess I'm the only one. But some of you are not raising your hand, and you do deal with the fear of rejection because of what you make no mean. And for most of my career in this industry, I made no mean, I'm not good enough. They don't want to join me. There's something wrong with me. And I want to empower you this morning that it is never too late. It doesn't matter whether you just started today in your business, for those of you watching, whether you're brand new to this company or the industry, or whether you've been in for over 20, 30 years. It is never too late. You can start today. You can transform your life now, in this moment. Now, my intention this morning for the next 10 minutes is to share with you a very simple strategy that I used when I first got started that supported me in gaining customers. Now, a lot of us make this business harder than what it is. Are y'all with me? Okay. It's really simple, guys. What's the hard part? The hard part is what's going on in between your ears. Then I'm not good enough. They're not going to listen to me. Who am I to go become a senior presidential director? Who am I to go make 6 figures or more in this industry? Each of us, each of you, you have seeds of greatness in you.
And there are people that are praying every single day and hoping for something like this. And you have it. You have the gift. Be a blessing to other people. Now, I'm going to share with you what I did in the beginning. And remember, one-time sales do not build empires. Relationships do. Everybody knows in the industry, everybody knows in this room, that it takes building relationships to be successful. And not just building relationships. It's not just about communicating. It's also about connecting with another human being at a deeper level. We have a saying on our team, people first, then money. People first, then money. Focus on people, focus on what they want, focus on what they need, get to know them. This isn't just about us, it's about them and meeting their needs where they're at. Now, the simplest thing to do is to wear the patch. I have the patch. Wear it where it's visible, where people actually see it. I have a guy, one of my leaders, he's extraordinary. His name is Mr. Jimmy Gomez. I know you're watching, Jimmy. And Jimmy often will wear the patch in very visible places, like his forehead or on his nose. You think people are going to be curious about this thing that you have on your face? You're going to be talking to people and they're going to be staring at you. And then you can always ask them. You're probably wondering what this is, aren't you? Guess what? They always say yes. Take note of that. It's a little tip I'm giving you. Okay, so if you're bold and you're brave and you're courageous and you put aside your need to look good in front of people, you wear the patch in weird places. Okay? It's simple and easy. Be a product of the product. It's so critical that you do that. That way y'all aren't focused on my forehead. I'm going to take this off. And actually, we're not going to waste this. I'm going to put it on my ankle right there. So it's easy and simple to share. I love this company because I've been in the industry over 20 years in the health and wellness industry. And when I got connected to LifeWave and I held this patch between my fingers, I know this industry. I knew in a split second, this is so unique. This is so special. There's no competition. Nobody else makes this. I knew I could run with this. And it's an easy way to share and be a blessing to other people. Now, the gateway skill in this business is approaching and inviting. Are y'all with me? If you don't learn how to approach and invite effectively and eventually being a master at it, is your business going to move? No, because you have to invite people to take a look at this. Now, I'm going to share with you something simple that I used in the beginning. You want to keep in mind, this is not about convincing people. If you're about convincing people, that's about you and what you're trying to accomplish, and that's not focused on the other person, okay? You also want to pique interest. You want to spark a light in people. You want to talk to people and communicate with them in such a way that it creates an environment that they want to buy, they want to be a customer. See, people buy because they want to. People buy because they feel like it. Are you with me? So you want to create that with your person. Now, this is what I used in the beginning. Hey, Brian, it's Monica. Do you have a few minutes? Great. Listen, the reason for my call is I recently got connected to a company, and look, you want to talk to people, especially for those of you that are new, you want to talk to your warm market. Why? Because those are the low-hanging fruit. Those are people that you have built a relationship with. Those are people that trust you, that like you. So I'm talking to Brian, he's my good friend, without sounding scripted. Okay? So check this out, Brian. This company created a technology that it's a light-based technology. And what it does is it supports the human body in physical recovery, vitality, and overall well-being. It's non-transdermal, it's non-invasive, and it works. It is extraordinary, and I'd love to introduce it to you. And then what I'm going to teach you is the language of the subconscious. Would it be okay if I sent you a link to take a look at a short, brief video that explains how it works? See, would it be okay if we'll yield an immediate yes? Brian says yes. I text him a link to a video. And one of the most downloaded videos from LifeWave Health is What is Phototherapy? It's a great video. It's super short and sweet. Keep it simple, because keeping things simple makes it duplicatable for anybody. Now, somewhere, it doesn't matter if it's before, during, and after, share your story. And you want to be brief. What was the struggle? Brian, I struggled with lack of sleep, stress from lack of sleep, and then anxiety from lack of sleep. And my body was in a constant state of discomfort. And I also noticed that it felt and it looked like I was aging faster than I should. That's the struggle. The solution, a friend of mine introduced me to the technology. I started using it. In a short period of time, I noticed a tremendous difference in my overall well-being. What was the shift? Now, I have this new outlook on life. Like, I'm hiking again. I'm paddling again. I have joy again, and I have hope again. And you always want to be pointing to a tool. See, some people, when they're approaching and inviting, they sound like this. Hey, Brian, it's Monica. Hey, what's going on? Hey, listen, I got introduced to this company. They made this technology. It's great. It's got light. It's this patch. It does all this it does amazing things. And then I started using it, and, a week later, and then the week after that, and then, I went to this conference, and I met all these people, and it's like, you already lost people. They don't care. You got to capture people very quickly. And then the follow-up. This is where most people drop the ball in this industry. Most people will quit after the third follow-up. 80% of the people that you approach will become a customer, and this is according to industry standards, between 8 and 12 approaches. So don't quit. Be persistent. Be diligent. Remember who you are. Remember how extraordinary this technology is. And always be present to your own transformation or the transformation that other people have had using the technology. You want to build belief. So listen. You want to listen for the gold. What do I mean by that? Be expecting them to be excited about becoming a customer of yours and using the technology. And you always want to guide them to X39 because that is our flagship product. That is the foundation of their health. And you want to be urgent, not pushy, not pressure, urgent. There is a difference. And then lead them to enrolling as a preferred customer. Now, we know that some people are going to want to join as brand partners. If they want to join as a brand partner, enroll them in one of the packs. But don't force people to do something that they don't want to do. If they just want to be a customer and start there, let them, because you know what? They're going to use the patch. They're going to see the difference. And later on down the road, you can always upgrade them as a brand partner. The power of monthly subscription orders. It supports consistency. It helps save money. It maximizes results. and it helps build predictable volume as you grow your business. It also increases intention. It's why you want to make sure that you have people on a subscription, and it opens doors for future conversations with them in regards to adding on other patches and other technologies. And then this is a key piece, retention. You don't just want to enroll somebody as a customer and then let them be. Because what's the probability of them ordering again? It may be low. So you want to make sure that you're being great with people. Meredith said earlier, be great with people. It's not about being perfect. If I focused on being perfect, I would have said no to this. Be great with people. Listen, find out what they truly need and help them get it. Now, retention starts immediately after the sale. So you want to make sure that from your initial contact to them enrolling as a customer, when they get their pack in the mail, you want to make sure that you're on top of it. Hey, Brian, I want to make sure, did you get your patches in? Did you get your patches in? Great. I'd love to jump on Zoom or connect in person for coffee. Or if you can't over the phone right now, I'd love to walk you through the process of using the technology. You want to make sure that you're taking great care of them. Now, as they start to use the technology, you want to make sure that you're following up with them repeatedly, not just once, not just twice, repeatedly. Here I have the 3rd, 7th, and the 14th day. But it's an ongoing process. You want to continue to take care of people. Why is that? Because taking care of people are going to remember the extraordinary customer experience that you are giving them. You think that it's going to be a lot tougher for somebody to come and take them or for them to stop using the technology. Because what you're creating is loyalty. You're building trust over time. And you want to invite and plug them into any type of customer support that you have. I have a team of people that meet every single week, and they offer patching solutions, how to patch. You want to educate people. You could create a WhatsApp group, a Facebook group, a Telegram group, where you're feeding them information. Anytime there's a promotion, be calling your customers and letting them know, by the way, our company has a special this week. And constantly drip on them. Send them a little clip of a video. Send them a before and after picture. You want to constantly be you want to be the vision. You want to be painting the vision. And you want to constantly be building belief, which is another key point that Meredith made this morning. And customers are everywhere. I bought something off Facebook Marketplace about a month and a half ago. And the guy that met me had pain in his knee, and I patched him. And he went home, gave the 2 little X39 samples to his wife. She used them. She became a customer. You never know where people are going to come from. And I just met with her for coffee the other day, and I told her, I said, I'd love to meet with you. I have a little gift for you. So I showed up with my little, I love these cute little envelopes, these cute little sleeves. I showed up with this, and I had a couple of samples of glutathione, which is what she wanted to try. And I had a couple of samples of Eon, which she wanted to try. And I gave her the gift, and she was so thankful, and she said, these patches are extraordinary. I'm so glad that you met my husband, and of all places, through Facebook Marketplace in a parking lot in front of Marshall's. I think I want to join as a brand partner. So she's joining as a brand partner. And I want to leave you with this. Once you have your customers, have them introduce you to their communities, their different organizations that they're a part of. Set up a social, a patching event, whatever you want to call it, in their home, where you do all the work and all they have to do is invite people to it, so that people can see the technology and feel the LifeWave difference. And I have a couple of examples here. Beauty in the Patch. You could have a themed event, pitch, sap, and patch, sip, and chat. Feel the light, share the energy. Get creative. And your network is not your net worth. Your nurtured relationships are. Focus on people, and the profit becomes your byproduct. People first, then money. Thank you.
This girl is on fire. This girl is on
Let's give it up one more time for Monica Penrod. All right, well, customers are very important. So I want to do something right now. If we can get the house lights up a little bit, I want to see who here, since the start of 2025, we want to recognize our customer gatherers. So if you've brought in at least one preferred customer during the course of 2025, can you get on your feet real quick and then stay on your feet if you enrolled at least one customer? Awesome. Now, congratulations. Now, if you've had at least two customers you brought in, stay on your feet. If you've had at least two customers, three customers, stay on your feet. 4 customers. 5. Let's hop it up. 10. Who's had at least 10 customers in 2025? I see a few still standing. What about 15? 15. All right, wow, 20. Anyone with 20? Okay, see a few here. What about 40 customers? Wow, do I still see one there? Is that one right there? I see one right here. I see Carrie. I see 2 here. 50 customers? Wow, there's some. Man, I don't. Well, can we get? Are these the only 2 left? Right here, we got Carrie. We got Renita. Right? Anyone else? Wow, let's give it up. You know, customer gathers. Here's
I don't know about you, but I
perfect
feel
example.
good.
Congratulations. That's amazing. All right. Well, as a company, obviously customers we believe are very important. So let's continue bringing in new customers and showing them our technology. And so with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and invite Emily Barr to come back up on stage to learn about ways 3 and 4 on how to earn in Compensation Plan 2.0. Welcome back, Emily Barr.
All right. So we learned about customers and how to earn on customers. Who's ready to start learning about how we earn on team building? Yeah? All right. Okay, so ways 3 and 4 to earn. These are the start of what we refer to as our primary bonuses. So we have the product introduction bonus, and I'm going to touch on briefly because that's essentially the same. And then I'm going to talk about a brand new earning opportunity, the level earnings bonus, which is very important for new and junior brand partners. All right, so the product introduction bonus, as I mentioned, this is essentially staying the same. This is your onboarding bonus that you get when you recruit and enroll new brand partners. So you will earn a set amount, a product introduction bonus, based on the enrollment option that that new person selects. So packs are the same as they exist today. You will notice, and if you perused the official doc that we sent with the announcement, that there is a new pack that's coming, the Advanced Plus pack. I know everybody's super excited about this one. This pack is launching slightly after the compensation plan. So it will not be available day 1 of Comp 2.0, but it will be available shortly thereafter. And the reason I mention that is because if you are savvy or a numbers person, you may have also picked up on the fact that the volume, the QV related to the premium pack is increasing. That is going to happen at that same time when the Advanced Plus pack is launched. So for now, that will remain as $745. When the Advanced Plus pack launches, that's when this increase to $775 in terms of volume for that premium pack will start. All right, so now into the new earning opportunity. And as I mentioned, this is important for new and more junior ranked brand partners. If you remember when Meredith was speaking, and Steve also mentioned it, one of the purposes or intentions of Compensation 2.0 is making sure that new people and more junior ranks have some money right away, get it in their pocket, And also, one of the foundational items of Compensation 2.0 is rewarding the effort. You do, you get. Okay? So we want to guarantee for as low as an active brand partner, I'm just keeping my business active. If you recruit someone and they buy or they sell to customers, you are guaranteed, as long as you're active, you are going to earn on that sale. Okay? So again, you do, you get. You bring someone on and they buy something or they sell something, you are guaranteed, as long as you're active, you will earn on that sale. As I mentioned when I was talking about the success pathway, as you advance or you climb in that success pathway, your earning opportunity with this bonus increases. You can see that on the chart on screen, right? As I move up from an active brand partner to a one-star manager, I move from earning 3% to 5%. So here's my why, or as Meredith said, what's in it for me? Why do I want to reach that first rank? There's some other benefits for new people that we'll talk on a little bit later today, but there's a benefit right here on screen. You move from that guaranteed earnings of 3% to 5%. Why do I want to get to a 2-star manager? Because not only does that earnings on the people that you enroll and what they sell move from 5 to 7, but now you're also able to earn on the people that they've personally recruited and what they're buying and selling. And that continues to go up as you advance through to the director ranks, where now you capitalize on 3 levels of earnings. And one thing I just want to touch on is 3-star director is where this maximizes, but that is not the highest rank that's eligible to earn this. It's all ranks above 3-star director too. So even as a 3-star presidential, you are earning level earning bonus, okay? This, I am anticipating, will get a standing ovation. So what is a level? So a level, like we talked about, is my level 1 is who I personally enrolled. My level 2 is who they personally enrolled. My level 3 is who they personally enrolled. However, let's say that level 1 person that I personally enrolled bought a pack and then never did anything. Has that ever happened? But they did a really good job of recruiting, and they brought on a couple people who are super engaged and selling every month. Any month that level 1 or level 2 or level 3 person has 0 PV, in the rolling 31 days, they haven't bought anything, they haven't sold anything to customers, they will not be viewed as a level. So this is what we refer in the industry as compression or dynamic compression. So every week, it is going to look at your organization, and it's going to look at those levels, and it's going to say, okay, who's all on level 1, but who doesn't have any personal purchases or sales in the last 31 days? Okay, skip them, ignore them. Go down to the next. Are they doing anything? Oh, they're not? Okay, skip them. So your level 1 bonus could technically be paid on a level 5 individual. And then it will do the same look down to find level 2 and level 3. So now you're not having to worry about people potentially that they're not engaged right now. That's okay. Go and find the people that are, like Steve mentioned. Find the people that are engaged. Work with the people that are engaged. That's who you want to focus on. And this benefit of this bonus will be there. So it's twofold. It gives that new person the opportunity to earn right away, guaranteed, week to week, as long as people on their team are buying or selling. And it gives that added benefit of removing the individuals that have disengaged and aren't participating anymore, okay? So I'll be back and we'll talk about the next 2 ways to earn, okay?
All right, how about that, huh? Who's excited? All right, so it's my pleasure to bring on our next speaker. And I have to say, every time I chat with Mike on the phone, The moment I answer, this is what I hear. Haroldo! This guy is always on fire. He brings so much energy to the team. So dedicated in building his team. He's been instrumental in the growth that we've had across Mexico and Puerto Rico in recent years. And I'm so grateful to have someone like Mike representing not only the Hispanic market, but coming in and making such a big impact across the world. And you're gonna hear a little bit of his story, but this is someone who I admire so much. And what he's doing here at LifeWave has been incredible. He actually stepped away from the industry. He had been in the industry for a number of years and stepped away for 8 years. And again, he learned about X39 and he said, I gotta jump onto this boat, and he's been running. So please help me welcome another elite senior presidential director, Mike Hernandez.
Thank you, Haroldo! Haroldo! How's everybody doing? Fired up, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. First of all, I just got to start the right way and say I thank God Almighty for all of the blessings, everything He's done for me in my life. I thank God for Steve and Gina Merritt for bringing this couple into my life and leading me into this industry. I thank God for David Schmidt, the LifeWave corporate, and everything else. And last but not least, my life partner, my baby, my wife. Love you, the one who encouraged me to go ahead and get started. She told me, babe, we're dumb if we don't. When we looked at the life, we didn't want to do network marketing again, but she said, babe, we're dumb if we don't. But guys, real quick, I know we just had, oh my God, what's her name? I'm terrible. With the comp plan. Emily, I can't remember her name, so you know I can't even remember the comp plan, all right? And not to mention, I'm part of the committee with the comp plan. So guys, I hope I give you some hope today, guys, because let me tell you something. It reminds me of when I first started in the industry, 2006, and I met Steve and Gina Merritt. I didn't know what network marketing was about. Comp plan to me was like teaching me a new language. And one thing you got to know about me is I'm a high school dropout, dropped out in 10th grade. I met my wife when she was 12 and I was 15. Don't look at me weird. I didn't know she was 15. I know she was 12. I don't know how she got pregnant at the age of 17. We're still trying to figure that one out. And I know it wasn't the patch. There's a whole lot of new patch babies going out. We didn't have the patch back then. But literally, when I met Steve and Gina Merritt back in 2006, they didn't know this, but one of the things we were doing as a side business was picking up garbage. And let me just paint a clear picture. My mom and my mother-in-law were cleaning houses for wealthy people down in South Florida, beautiful, multi-million-dollar mansions. And I would pick them up every night, and I saw 2 times a week they put out the garbage. And sometimes I'm like, wow, look at that sofa. People with money, they buy a new sofa, throw out the old one that kind of looks brand new, and we would pick it up and take it out to the swap shops to make extra income. When I learned about this amazing opportunity, learned about network marketing through Steve and Gina Merritt. And guys, I remember I got excited because of the product, right? I didn't understand anything about the comp plan, and I still don't. And we've done pretty well, actually, without knowing much about the comp plan. But here's what I do remember. Sitting down in a room like this, and through corporate, trying to learn the numbers. Steve and Gina, they never sat down and broke the numbers for me. They just told us what the strategy was. Go out there, you do this, you make that. Go out there, and that's all I needed to know. Thank God, Steve, not Gina, but Steve, I could relate to. I dropped out of high school in 10th grade. Steve told me, Mike, I told the teachers, if you don't pass me, I'm coming back. And they passed me, right? So I can relate. I can follow a guy like that. I told him right after his speech went out, we went out to the boys. I went out to the boys from too much information, but we were all out there looking to high-five each other, but we're like, wait, not here, right? Everybody got fired up after hearing Steve. And guys, that's the thing. I remember watching the comp plan broken down to me in my first company, and man, I couldn't get it. And I thought to myself, this is one of those times where maybe, school would have been a little beneficial. And I remember saying, hey, Steve, let me ask you something, because I don't understand anything about this comp plan. And a lot of you can relate. I've seen a lot of you, like bow your heads like you know what you're saying, what she's explaining. And I know you don't. Well, maybe you do. How many people here went to school, went to college, got a degree, PhD, and all that thing? I see a few hands. Congratulations. Listen, I just want to tell you, you can do this too, all right? You can be up here one day too and have a lot of success. It's just gonna take you a lot longer because you're so darn smart. You gotta figure everything out. And I remember when I first saw the comp plan, I'm like, man, it's frustrating me. I don't get these freaking numbers, right? I should have said that word. I don't get these numbers. But I remember pulling Steve to the side, concerned, sweating. You know, I'm like, Steve, I don't get it. Like, I said, Steve, I have one question. If I don't understand these numbers by the time I leave this room, but I go out there, you know, and I'm tearing it up, I'm getting people signed up and getting people excited about the product and everything else, am I going to make money? He said, yeah, Mike. I said, so what if I don't do any of that and I just know everything about the comp plan, know all the, I know how she says dots. I'm like 0.2.0. I'm like, oh my God, right? And I'm like, what if I don't understand any of this, but I'm really, really good at that? He said, Mike, you're going to make a lot of money. I'm like, all right, so get me out of here. You're wasting my time. By the time I'm out here, you know, learning all these numbers, I can be out there just recruiting new people. But guys, real quick, this is what I learned. When I first learned about this industry, because look, you got to relate to who we once were, all right? Our present is your future. All right? In the sense that I remember sitting down, you know, my first company, watching Steve and Gina Merritt talk about, you know, all the success they were having and seeing all the leaders. And, you know, I wanted to get there. But, what's my train of thought? Anyway, but I tell you anybody can do this. But, so this is what I'm saying. So I remember, you know, I didn't really understand the plan and everything else, but I remember that I got excited because I figured, hey, all I got to do is go out there and talk to people, right? And I remember the first people you go talk to are the people you know, the people you love, the people that have been around you your whole life, right? The people you love most. And I realized real quick, at least with me, I don't know about you, but sometimes the people you know you love the most, that you know, they've been in your whole life, right? Guys, they're the ones who believe in you the least. Oh, it's not just me. I thought it was just me because, you know, I didn't go to school. But the people who knew me, they knew. You know, I was broke. They knew I was picking up garbage. They knew, you know, I didn't have 2 nickels to rub together. And I was excited. But you know what I learned? These people are in your life. They're not going anywhere. They're just watching you. And some of them just need to see you really start making something happen before all of a sudden, you know, they get shooken up. They're like, oh, wow, they're really making it happen. Look at them. They're posting a picture. They're out traveling. They bought a new car. I remember, my God, when I first got started, I was looking to make $250 per month, enough to get my product for free. Then I said, if I can make it per month, I can make it per week, because that could mean a brand new car. And just, you know, the bigger, the longer you got around, the bigger your dream became. But when people started seeing me all of a sudden in a brand new car, oh, what's that, right? But guys, how do you build this business when the people you know most don't believe in you, don't get excited, don't support you? I learned that there's a whole lot more people that you don't know than the ones you do know, all right? And if those people are going to respect me more than the ones that do, then I just got to get really good at, you know, connecting with those people. And in big cities like this, guys, you blink. I'm born and raised in New York City. You blink, there's a whole new million people you can talk to. Blink again, a whole new million people you can talk to. So I got excited, right? And I didn't know, I didn't have the skills to go out there and, you know, connect with folks. But I just knew I had something great. And I just said, my God, it's physically, humanly impossible that I can't find 2-3 people that see what I see, want what I want, are going to go after it. 2-3 people. So I will go out there every single day with that mindset, right? But guys, it took me some time. Professionals make things look easy, all right? Steve, right? World water skier. But guys, he made it look easy because he fell down 20,000 times. Look at the guy, right? Right? So I love Steve. He's a freaking machine. I gotta stop saying that word. He's a machine. I love him. But guys, you don't see us when, that's what I was trying to say before. We are your present future, right? So I didn't get that. I was like, man, what am I doing wrong? Because no one's talking to more people than me when I first got started in this industry. And I would talk to people, and I learned that, listen, there's some skills we're gonna have to learn. And one of my problems was I was throwing up on everybody. Oh my God, if you were within arm's reach, I was talking to you, and I don't know if you can tell, I speak pretty fast, especially when I'm excited and I'm patched. Guys, I'm like throwing up on everybody. I'm like, anyone I touch, anyone I talk to, they're going to see this, they're going to get in. Well, God forbid, you had to jump on a flight with me, all right? whether it was a 30-minute flight or 2-hour flight or 5 hour, God forbid, and I couldn't get it. I'm like, why is it that everyone I sit down next to, they're like within 2 minutes, great, I'm sleepy. And I see them blinking the whole flight. They're blinking. They're not sleeping. They just wanted me to shut up because I wouldn't even let their butts get warm on the seat before I'm like, oh my God, have you heard about this? This is great, a great opportunity. You can make it. I was throwing up on everybody, but little by little, because I stuck in there, I would see guys like Steve. I'm like, you know what? If this guy can make that much money, my God, I can make at least 10%, right? 10% of what this guy makes would change my life forever. And I hung in there like a hair in a biscuit. I'm like, you know what? It's me. I'm doing it wrong. I'm going to figure this thing out. And guys, it's like Steve with these tricks, right? He kept falling. He figured these things out. World champion. So I'm like, man, I got to do this. And guys, here's what I learned. There are some techniques, but we're only going to get good if we continue doing it and doing it, right? So I remember, okay, I started learning about these techniques, like for instance, the form. Before you connect with somebody, before you go ahead and hit him with the hammer, you get to know him a little bit, right? Like FORM. I learned like in a natural, organic conversation. They don't know I'm being strategic, right? But I'm making it seem natural and organic. I gotta, get to know them. Hey, how you doing? Right? I remember, okay, Mike, this is what you're doing, and this is what you're doing wrong. And I will learn it in these trainings. I'm like, oh my God, that's what I'm doing wrong. I'm throwing up all over them. I'm not connecting. I didn't even know their names before I threw up all over them. So okay, I said, okay. So in these conversations, I gotta just relax. Relax, Mike. Learn a little bit about their family, right? What do they do? Their occupation, recreation. What do they like to do? So that I can find the motive as to why they're going to want to do something like this, right? So I remember when I started, because sometimes it takes a while to turn the ship around. So I'm like, all right, Mike, I will have to talk to myself. Mike, relax. All right, they're sitting down in the plane. Just look at them and smile. Oh my God, they're smiling back. Oh my God. Relax, Mike, relax, all right? So little by, hey, how you doing? Hey. So it took me some time, guys, and it's going to take all of us some time. You just got to hang in there, like I said, like a hair in a biscuit, because, guys, it's worth it. That's how much more time I have left? Oh my God. So here's the deal. I'm here to talk about, did they put 15 minutes there? Oh my goodness. All right, so I'm here to talk about contacting and not recruiting, but somebody help me with one. Something like that. So guys, here's what I learned. Guys, we got to go out there. Yeah, we got to talk to people. And when I got started, I had been out of the industry for 8 years, right? And now I've got a little bit more experience. So we got on the phone. My wife and I made a list of 100 people before we even started contacting people. And because I had been out of the industry for 8 years, there were people who had gotten to know who didn't know me from network marketing. And when I would call them, guys, I like to do the 60-second thing. I don't want to be the guy trying to explain everything. Why? Because we're teaching people what to do when we do it. In other words, if you're out there, you're explaining everything, they figure, my God, I got to know all these things before I go out there, and get busy. So I like to do a quick 60-second conversation, 60-second call. In my call, I'm going to invite and I'm going to pre-qualify. So if I'm calling John, just John, somebody I've met along the way, doesn't know me from network marketing, I'll call him up. Hey, John, how you doing? Good. You got to be normal. Just say hello, right? How's everybody doing? John, do you have a quick second? I'll be 1 minute. I know you're busy. I don't have a lot of time. I'm sure you don't either. Yeah, Mike, because they might not be, available at the time. Maybe they're about to go in a meeting or whatever. So, John, listen, I'm calling you because, John, I know that you're a sharp guy. I know that if you see something that makes sense to you, John, something that can be very lucrative, you might want to know more about it, right, John? And I shut up. I'm waiting for the yes. I'm asking you a question that I know it's just going to be yes. Yeah, Mike, what is it? Well, John, like I said, I don't have time. That's why I led with that comment. I don't have time. But, John, listen, I'm not going to tell you about it. I'm going to show you whatever you're doing tonight at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, whenever the Zoom call is set up, because we do Zoom calls every single night. Whatever you're doing tonight, John, drop it. I know around 7, 8 o'clock, what they're doing is watching TV, right? Guys, John, you got to get on this Zoom. What I'm going to show you tonight, I'm going to apologize ahead of time. You're not going to sleep tonight, John. Tonight, John, instead of seeing sheeps, you're going to see green sheeps, not white sheeps. You're going to be seeing, I usually say something else like bags of money. But anyway, it's a quick 60-second, guys. And if he doesn't have the time, then listen, John, I'm going to make it a thing to call you at another time then. I'm calling people the day of. I'm not calling people on Monday to leave them in suspense until Thursday. I'm calling you the day of. Now, there's some people that we know and know us from the industry. That time can't be right. People who know us from the industry, these people, you have to be a little bit more transparent, all right? So when you're calling Javi or you're calling Dave, right? So I know that they know what I'm calling them about, all right? Guys, I got a high school dropout, but at this point, I've got a PhD in people, all right? I know people, and that PhD has given me an MBA, a massive bank account. All right, so you want to learn some of this stuff, all right? So I know when I call Dave, I'm like, hey, Dave, how you doing? How you been? Mike, how you doing, brother? Wow, long time don't speak. Haven't heard about you in about 10 years. I know what Dave is telling me. I heard the words, but I know what he's telling me. All right, Mike, what do you got now? I know you don't call me unless it's network marketing. What do you want? And I'm going to be a lot more direct and straight up with Dave because, people don't appreciate you using the back door, saying hello for 20 minutes, and then, oh, by the way, come on. People, they smell that a mile away, and they don't like it. So a guy like Dave, I'm going to, hey, Dave, listen, I know we haven't spoken in years. I haven't had anything exciting to talk to you about until right now. It took 15 years for me to call you back, Dave. But here's the thing, Dave, I know if you're anything like me, you don't want to do anything in the industry again. Dave, I was running away from everybody for 8 years. You couldn't pay me enough money to give you 5 minutes to talk about, the MLM thing. But Dave, the problem with the MLM thing is the following, that if you don't have something life-changing, if you don't have something exclusive, and if you're not a pioneer, Dave, good luck. And let me tell you something. I know that anybody will be convinced with what we have because if I was able to convince myself, anybody will be convinced. And here's the thing, Dave. All I want is 15 minutes from your time. If it doesn't make sense to you, listen, I'm still going to high-five you in the street. I'm still going to like all of your posts. I don't have a problem. What I have a problem with, Dave, is that if I don't call you right now, someone else will. And I won't forgive myself when I see you in this company fired up because I was too afraid or too ashamed to call you. I would not forgive myself, and I also wouldn't forgive myself when you tell me, wow, Mike, you've had all the success and you didn't even think about calling me. So I'm giving him the back door. But guys, and it's not only what we say, but how we say it. You can say verbatim what we say, but if you don't have the conviction and the enthusiasm that we have, good luck. Another thing is this, guys. I'm not chasing ambulances. I go out there, I lead with the business, all right? Some people are like, oh my God, we got this thing, and you're like looking for everyone who's limping. I'm looking for someone with a pep in their step. I'm not looking for someone limping, hurting. No, I want sharp, fast-moving people who are motivated. So I always lead with this. Hey, look, yesterday, 2-3 days ago, we were in a restaurant, and I'm sorry, guys. I'll get off in a minute. I was in a restaurant and was with some of my team, and they said, hey, I want to see you prospect, right? So sure, I'm, getting to know the waiter, and he's being, really nice, whatever. And I say, hey, you got a great attitude. I love your energy, man. How long have you been doing this for? I thought the music was coming on. How long have you been doing this for? And he said, oh my God, I've been doing this industry maybe for 20-something years. I'm like, wow, you're great at it. Let me ask you something. What's your retirement plan? Right? And had already known a little bit about him, his family, whatever. He said he's got a kid in Utah that goes to school. I don't know what school because I don't pay attention to schools. But I know he wanted to retire, and he said, hey, it's going to take a lot of money. And I said, so what's your retirement plan? How's it looking like? He was like, well, whatever. And I said, listen, I made it personal to him. I got to find out a little bit about him. And I said, what? I believe I have something for you that can help accelerate your retirement plan. So, guys, you just got to make it personal to them. What else do I have to say? Never stop recruiting, guys. There's people who I've met in the industry like, oh, I haven't recruited in years. That's crazy. You never stop recruiting. Every single day I'm out there, I'm looking to recruit every single day. Follow-up. Guys, to shut it down, I'm just going to talk about follow-up. So when I follow up with people that I know, that I love, that is kind of getting weird, again, a PhD in people. You know, you spoke to John or Joanne, and she was all fired up. All of a sudden, you call her once, you call her twice, 3 times. You know she's avoiding you, right? So I like to call them up and say, hey, John, real quick, listen, I'm leaving them voice messages. Don't get behind. Listen, unless you're an influencer, don't go online and wear the X39 all over the place, because you let the cat out the bag. Already people know before you even call them what the patch is about. Maybe got recruited by somebody else. Don't do that unless you're an influencer, right? But Joanne, hey, honey, I'm going to leave a message. Hey, honey, how you doing? Listen, I've been contacting you, following you back, following up for a few days, and I haven't heard back from you. Listen, I don't want it to get weird between you and I. We're friends, and I want to maintain our friendship before anything else. If you're not interested, then fine. This is not for you. I don't have a problem. But I'm following up because I don't want you to think I forgot about you. But honey, if this is not for you, just let me know. I'll drop it. Don't worry about it. It won't hurt my feelings. All right? Number 2, I follow up with people that I meet. Hey, the newest guy that he was an Uber guy. And he told me he's driving Uber because he has spent hundreds of thousands of dollars into a 7-Eleven. Didn't work out. So I called him a few times. He seemed excited. And at the 3rd time, I'm like, hey, John, how you doing? This is Mike. Listen, I just want to let you know, I've called you 2-3 times. You seem to be excited. And I just want you to know, if this is not for you, I don't have a problem. Let me know so I can tick you off on my follow-up list, and everything will be good. He called me back within 20 minutes. Hey, Mike, I'm so sorry for not following up. So just take it away from people. You have to, you can't be afraid to take it away from them. People appreciate that. And last thing is this, guys. It's just a numbers game. Listen, I've signed up 144 people. All right? From 140 people, my personal organization has grown to about 130,000 personal organization. It's a numbers game. I want you to know that my numbers are terrible because I don't follow up. I follow up like that, and I'll drop you real quick. I figure once I pull the ball on your court, it's up to you to take the shot. When I met Gina, and I met Gina initially, she gave me her number. She gave me Steve's number. It was up to me to follow up with her. So I did because I saw an opportunity. So the way I see it is like that. But from 144 people, you know how many people I had to talk to? About 1,000. My averages is maybe 1.5 out of each person. All right? I have terrible numbers. 1.5 is like a person and a midget. No, it's hard. It's not even politically correct. But here's the thing. I can't wait. So that means I got 8,500 no's. All right? I can't wait to get 8,000 no's, guys. So listen, sorry again, corporate, for the time. I don't know if that time was right. But guys, listen, all I know is that we can do this. You go out there, you stick in it like a hair in a biscuit. You keep getting better and better by doing it. And I'll see you right here in the future. God bless you. Believe you. Good night.
Give it up for Mike Hernandez. What'd I tell you, right? What a passionate guy. Well, right now what we want to do is obviously such an important part of our business is bringing in new brand partners, as Mike was saying. And so now let's bring up the house lights again. And I don't know if you noticed, but there's a cheerleading competition happening, I think, over here. There's a pharmacy conference. Why don't we show them? Let's bring up our energy here at LifeWave. Let's show them that they should be in this room right now, right? So let's go ahead and recognize the top recruiters, okay? So similar to the customers, 2025, if you've enrolled at least one new brand partner into your business, get on your feet. Let's get on your feet. Good time to stretch as well. If you're at home, do it as well, all right? If you've enrolled at least 2 brand partners, stay on your feet. 3 brand partners, 4, 5. All right, if you've been at least brought in 10 new brand partners yourself onto your team, stay on your feet. Wow, this is incredible. All right, what about if you've enrolled at least 20 new brand partners in 2025? Stay on your feet. Oh, you guys are incredible. This is amazing. What about 30 new brand partners? I'm in absolute shock over here. Who here has brought in at least 40 new brand partners personally over in 2025? Look, Steve Merritt's still on his feet over here. All right, what about 50 new brand partners? Yeah? 60, 70. I keep going. All right, I still have Renita still on her feet over here with Scott. This is incredible. Top enrollers. This is amazing. Congratulations. This is such an important part of our business, building the team, building that excitement. What did Mike say? He took his business from over 140 enrollments that he brought in personally during his time here at LifeWave to over 130,000 now on his team. So this is amazing. So what I'm gonna do now is, we've got Emily Barr coming back up on stage because we're gonna learn about the next steps in our comp plan, steps 5 and 6 of Compensation Plan 2.0. Can you give me a big round of applause for Emily Barr?
Promise that you'll never find another like me.
All right, so we are continuing on with our ways to earn with team building. So we are going to explore the binary bonus and my personal favorite and a very exciting leadership development opportunity, the mentor matching bonus. So from a binary bonus standpoint, and Steve touched on this a little, we are moving this to starting at the 3-star manager rank. So the qualifications to earn binary bonus, you'll have to at least be a paid rank of 3-star manager or higher. And you have to have a minimum of 300 BV in that weaker side of your binary, your pay side. Okay, so just 2 requirements. And again, just like the other bonuses, as you advance in rank, the percentage that you earn on that binary pay side, the weaker side, increases with your rank. So it starts at 5% and then maximizes at 10% at the 3-star director level and higher. The weekly maximum that you are eligible to earn in any given week on binary bonus also increases with your paid rank. So again, these are reasons why. Why do I want to advance in rank? Because you want to maximize your earning opportunity. This is another one of those bonuses. We have moved to a percentage-based concept. This simplifies things. You apply that percentage to the amount of volume in that pay leg, in that pay side, and that's your earnings amount up to your maximum earnings. Once this bonus is paid, that volume is removed from the binary pay side, and the same amount of volume is removed from the stronger side. And that stronger side carries forward. So conceptually, from a binary standpoint, this, from a volume and how it carries forward, is the same. So now on to the very exciting mentor matching bonus, okay? This is an extremely lucrative earning opportunity for leadership development. Because what this does is it matches you on individuals within your organization that are a paid rank of 1-star director and higher. That is what we mean when we say a generation. So there's you, that's a 1-star executive, let's just say. So where do I find my generations? You will go into each individual personally enrolled brand partner team. And you are going to walk down that team, or not you, the commission engine, the very robust commission engine is going to do this calculation, is going to walk down that team and find individuals that have a minimum rank of 1-star director. Once you reach someone, that is that generational match. So for example, in my super simplified example with just 3 single lines of a business, in my first line, that person that I personally enrolled is a 1-star director. So that is my generation 1 individual that I will get matched on in that team. And then below them is another 3-star director. So that's above a 1-star director. That then becomes my generation 2 match in that organization. Below them is someone that's below 1-star director. So I'm going to ignore that level 3 person. And on level 4, I have a 1-star director. So that becomes my generation 3 match in that leg. In my second leg, I actually don't have my first 1-star director until 5 levels down. So that becomes my generation 1 match in that team. So it's kind of like that level earning compression, but like on steroids. And here's the other thing. Does my brand partner one just sponsor one person? No, they have 3, 4, 5. So this calculation is not only going down each of your individual lines, it's going down every single branch and subline that that person sponsored. So this calculation is extremely robust, okay? So the reason that I wanted to make sure that you understood this concept is because now when you look at this chart, this is a lot more exciting, right? Because as a one-star director, I am going to receive that Generation 1 match on every single individual that is a one-star director or higher, as long as they're the first person within each individual line. That becomes my Gen 1, so that's who I matched on. And just like all the other bonuses, here's the why do I want to keep advancing in rank? Why do I want to move from one-star director to 2 to 3 to executive? Because not only do your percentage earnings increase, your generational depth opportunity increases. So now that you understand what a generation is, imagine how far down in your organization you are going to reach as a presidential, being able to go down 6 generations in depth of individuals that are ranked as a one-star director or higher. Maybe it's 10 levels, maybe it's 50, maybe it's 100. This is an extremely huge opportunity to taproot. And I'm going to welcome Meredith up on stage because this is a topic she is extremely passionate about and is very excited to speak on.
Oh my gosh, that is an understatement. Is baby jumping over the taproot concept? Oh my gosh, so thank you, Emily, for letting me come out. Anybody that knows me, and if you look at the intention, if you look at the strategy, what we wanted to accomplish with these enhancements, where's Steve? With the enhancements, what we wanted to accomplish, first of all, obviously, we wanted to make sure that we were still paying out that 60%, but that we were reallocating it so that we could make sure that we weren't hitting that cap, because it is painful for us to do it. We don't want to do it. That was part of that calibration. That was a big piece of it, because when you earn it and you have it, we want it in your pocket so that you're not turning your pockets inside out like Steve was doing and looking like the little banker on Monopoly. Right? Okay, we don't want to do that. Okay, so that was really a big one. And so we wanted to look at that, and we wanted to make sure on that retention piece that we were keeping people by putting money in their pockets more quickly. Okay, and that's why we're going to have over 60% more check earners when this plan goes live. Over 60% more check earners. Over 60% more people getting a check. And the numbers don't lie. We have looked at week after week after week. But the third piece in there, when you said we want to reward the behaviors, and you looked at those 5 areas, one of them was building this sustainable organization. And to build a sustainable organization means that you need in direct selling to build deep and wide. And deep, and you need to have that balance, even in a binary. Even in a binary. So when we looked at this and we looked at the check match, it was like this we knew was an area where we could really move the needle for all of you that are looking to your LifeWave business to be that multi-generational opportunity, to be that legacy. And that's why this was such an exciting area for us, because you want to be getting paid check matches on the people that actually have a check that you want to match. Right? Okay, I don't want your, thank you for a $20 check match, I appreciate it. I would much rather have a $200 check match or a $2,000. I mean, I want to have some money for my effort, especially if I'm getting on a plane or I'm on your 3-way calls all the time and I'm helping. But the key to the taproot is a very interesting concept. And I know most of you, if you've been around direct selling for a while, you've heard it before. I heard it for the first time in 2007. And I was doing studying, and I was looking at Amway. I was just looking at all the iconic companies, and I was trying to get my head right. I had enrolled in 12 different network marketing companies, so I was getting all their getting started kits. I had moved over to corporate, and I wanted to figure out what really were the best practices of the leaders in our sector, because I love the sector, because it helps ordinary people have an extraordinary life. It may not be for everybody, but it could be for anybody. Right? So, in love with this concept, and I heard the speaker talking about it, and I was thinking, oh my gosh, that is so brilliant, the key to tap rooting. And so if you're not familiar with what that is, you think about trees. And trees have a taproot that goes down, and it grounds them into the earth. It's why palm trees can be susceptible to being blown over in hurricanes, because they don't have a taproot. They grow wider, but they don't have that depth to make it solid. So that taproot concept is applied to direct selling. But what happens sometimes is that people, they want to work in depth, but they're not getting rewarded down there. And so we could never really talk about taprooting at LifeWave, because it was a 3-level check mesh. But now you have a reason, besides that you're wonderful, good people, and you care, and you love, and you want to see them succeed, which is why you are a beautiful community. And so I'm not discounting the value of that. But now, actually, especially if you have to invest your time and expense to go places and do things with people, now you can actually say, well, I am being paid and reimbursed in a certain way, because I'm getting a check match now. And it's incredible. So when you think about this concept of tap rooting, this is where you go into your back office and you identify your lines, again, your personally sponsored lines, and you look down at each one of them and you identify those 1-star directors. And so once you do, you help them to grow, because right now, and we've been looking at modeling and for many months, many iterations, over 30 iterations, and we look at, oh my gosh, you can't believe the data that we comb through, and just data. It's a lot of fun, because you can see when you're modeling how by just calibrating a little bit different, the numbers all change. It's kind of like that. It's really cool. So that's very geeky. I just said that, but anyway, never mind. I just kind of like, I felt like Revenge of the Nerds all of a sudden. But in any case, but here's the thing, is that it's about time. I want you to write this down. And again, many of you are in organizations that have tremendous systems. And one of the things that I left out of the 3 trends converging that actually make the systems work, okay, is duplication and just trusting the system of your people. But I want to put this concept out there for you to think about on the taproot. And I want you to just write down, now you have 3 that you can see there, but I want you to actually put you, and I want you to have 5 wide. So 5 wide, personally sponsored in your enrollment tree, 5 wide. 5 people that are the strongest ones that you so far are the strongest organization. And on top of those boxes, I want you to write this: 35, above the next one, write 25, 15, 15, 10. 35, 25, 15, 15, 10. This is a 5-wide model for tap rooting. 35% of your time, 25% of your time, 15% of your time, 15% of your time, 10% of your time goes in those lines in the hours that you allocate each week to tap root. You still have your personal business, you're still recruiting, you're still sharing, you're still patching, you're still following up with your customers. Amazing. You're still doing all these things. You still have your team calls, you're still reading your newsletters, you're still doing all your other things. But think about it this way: if you will invest 10 hours a week in tap rooting, 10 hours a week, you can use that same mathematical formula. 3.5 hours, 2.5 hours, 1.5 hours, 1.5 hours, an hour in each of those lines. That means that you're on the, how can I help you? Can I get on your 3-way call? Can I, blah, 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 whatever you're doing. And you're nurturing and you're caring for the people in there, and you're driving down in depth, and you're identifying the emerging stars, and you are giving them the gift of your wisdom. In every country around the world, no matter where you are giving the gift of your wisdom to these people, and now you're going to get rewarded for it. And now by advancing in ranks, you can open up more generations because again, work this plan will work for you. Work this plan will work for you. This is a working person's plan. It is one that puts the control back in your own hand and your own effort and your own goals to be able to give yourself a raise and understand how it's going to happen by what you're going to unlock strategically in the compensation plan to be able to improve the quality of your life. So as you look at these, I will close with two things. But the first one is this, okay? The mistake that I've seen in comprehending this whole Taproot system, the mistake that I've seen people do even when they start working a Taproot model is that they spend that 35% of their time with their most successful line. They spend 35% of their time in a Taproot model for 10 hours a week with the most successful people. Why? Because I want to go where I'm celebrated, not where I'm tolerated. It feels good. It's winning. It's exciting. I love my people. Of course, they love me so much. I get on their calls and I can see all this success and I feel so happy. But Nanny McPhee, the philosopher, the modern day Mary Poppins, Nanny McPhee, as I was sitting there watching this movie with my children in a theater, said these magical words. She said, "When you need me and you don't want me, I will be there. When you want me but you don't need me, I'll be gone. When you need me but don't want me, I will be there. When you want me, but you don't need me, I will be gone." I sat there in that movie theater, here's another geek moment, and I went, "Taprooting! Nanny McPhee, all right." But no, seriously, this is it. This is it. So be thinking about these groups as you're driving down in depth. Be thinking about how you're going to maximize this brilliant piece of the compensation. That, by the way, there is no other binary that I am aware of anywhere in the world that has this. None. Not one. Zero. Not a binary. So this is innovation at its finest at LifeWave. As you're thinking about it, thinking, where am I spending time? Are they the people that really need me, or are they the ones that just want me because they love me so much? And that's fine too, but be thinking about your balance. So I was just backstage getting ready to come out, and I was talking to our very excited speaker, Dr. Stacy, and she says, "Oh yeah, well, I've been working with my people on this concept, and this is how I figured out," because here's the reality, folks. It's gonna be a couple months before this plan goes live. You have got extra time. We built this event to make sure that we were giving you extra time to be able to prepare yourself for the plan, in addition to the transition plan that I'll talk about this afternoon. And so, she was talking about how she does it with her team. So write this down really quick. If you have any questions, Stacy's cell phone number is, no. Just kidding. Talk to your upline. Talk to your regional manager. Anyway, go into your back office. Number 1, go to organization. Number 2, go to the enroller team report. Number 3, drag your GVU column next to the name. Number 4, drag your leg column next to GVU. Double click slowly, because our system can be a little glitchy. Double click on GVU slowly. Click, click. Click once and it will put a 0 there, then click once more and the highest will be at the top and it will show you highest to lowest. And then you can take a piece of paper, you can draw right and left, and you can start identifying where to work. So this is unfortunately a manual process, but you can do it today. Okay, eventually when we go online, you're gonna have reports, it's all gonna be lovely and convenient, but you, because you're in this room, you, because you're watching, or watching it on replay, you have now the power to take charge and begin the taprooting. Talk to your upline. Thanks, everybody.
Whatever it takes, 'cause I love the adrenaline.
All right, let's give it up one more time for Emily Barr, Meredith Burkich. Oh yeah, you're going to be hearing later on in the reporting that we have available for you. It's going to be great, so you're going to be hearing about that. So now to bring on our next speaker, I'm so excited for you to be able to hear from her. I actually met Dr. Stacy on my very first day at LifeWave. I walked in at 9 a.m. on a Monday morning into Garrett, my boss's office, and they were on a Zoom, and so I got to meet Dr. Stacy on this Zoom. And what was interesting is immediately while we were on that Zoom, you could tell through her posture and what she was sharing with Garrett, you could see the leadership that she has. You know, she actually has a PhD in 2 different areas, functional medicine and, integrative. I'm not a science guy, sorry. Functional and integrative medicine. But when she looked and saw LifeWave, and she's been in the direct sales industry and working in health for over 20 years, when she saw, you know, what we have here at LifeWave, she knew this was gonna be a home for her. She joined in 2001, and since then has made an incredible impact on LifeWave and the course of our company. Can you help me and welcome another elite senior presidential director, Dr. Stacy Holweger?
Hello, LifeWave. Welcome. I am so excited to share with you today about our binary and mentor matching. Not so much on the binary, but really focusing on that mentor matching that Meredith just talked about. And the binary is incredible, and here's what I'm going to tell you. Balance. If this is my line, which there's a line right here, I have a right and a left. You want them balanced in your line of sponsorship. That's key. And Meredith just shared with you how you can go find out in your back office what you have on your right and what you have on your left. Now, for some of you, directors in the room, and of course for those of you watching at home that are brand new brand partners or managers, or maybe you're ranked already above director but couldn't for obvious reasons be here, some of you across the world, know that you will be always monitoring the balance of your business in your lines of sponsorship, or we call that in your lines of enrollership, the people you are enrolling and sponsoring into this business. So that's our binary, but I really want to focus on the mentor matching. And there are 4 things I'm going to talk about. Leave space after number 1. And 2, 3, and 4. But number 1 is identifying these rising stars. And you may sit here and say, well, I am one. Like I am a director. How am I going to identify them? Well, I want you to think about yourself. When you came into LifeWave, you had a reason. And maybe it was for your health, maybe it was for financial reasons, but you had a reason. And you were ready to accomplish that, whatever it was for you. Right? You wanted to achieve that. But then very quickly, you wanted to help other people. So you started talking. You started sharing. You started attending things, right? You showed up. And so when you're looking at your organization, who came in for a reason? You know the people you've sponsored. You know who they are. And maybe you don't know everyone down that organization yet, but the ones that are sponsoring people, they're the ones you're looking for. The ones that are showing up, whether they're here in this room or whether they're watching live right now, or maybe they catch the recording. Those people are the ones that you are going to be reaching out to. Identifying them, helping them to move through this mentor matching program, which is fantastic, but the whole success pathway. So you identify them by those traits initially, right? But who do you see that's already out there doing it? Who is already running their own Zooms? You know, from day one, for me in this business, literally after hearing David speak, I immediately knew I had to go on Zoom. I knew I had to invite people right away. My sponsor didn't know she was going to build a business until she found out I was. And then she said, oh my God, if Stacy's in, I'm in. We're gonna have to do this. I have to figure this out. But I immediately created my own Zoom schedule. And I grabbed one of my great friends, Laura Balzer, with me. And we together started on day 1 doing 3 Zooms a day. Who do you see in your organization that's doing that? Or who has the potential to do that? You need to be making some extra notes next to their name and going, okay, these are people I'm going to reach out to. Maybe it's not someone you personally enrolled, but maybe it's somebody down the line. that you happen to look in your back office, and again, we'll have more visibility in a couple months, but you look in your back office and you say, wow, I can see there's a lot of activity happening here. Let me reach out to this person. Let me help them see what the potential is. And so that's what we're going to talk about on step 2, is building that belief. After you've identified these people that are doing the things that I mentioned, and other things as well too, they could be, in person or whatever it may be, depending on how you work your system. Maybe they've watched a video, they've done that, whatnot. So now your job is to build belief. Building that belief for them, with them, that they can work this plan with you. You're locking arms. So how do we build their belief? Well, I think it'd be great to show them the wonderful 4 ways that directors, 1-star directors, are going to be earning money. Yes, they came in, they had a product experience, or they came in to join the business and the opportunity. They want to see what's in it for me. And so you build belief by showing them the breakthrough bonus you're going to hear about after lunch. How many of you have actually looked at the plan so far? Is anybody fired up about those breakthrough bonuses? Yeah, you should be fired up about the breakthrough bonuses. A $500 carrot, not a diamond carrot, but a $500 carrot hanging in front of them to go 1-star director. That breakthrough bonus is going to be a really big piece of you helping these people get to 1-star director. Then you look at higher binary. Emily mentioned the binary just a minute ago. Higher percentage earned in that binary. Then we're going to look at the level earnings. You heard Mike talk about the 3 levels in depth. 1-star directors get all 3 levels. That's going to increase their check. And then, of course, they're going to be able to pick up mentor matching. 1-star director is that first level, so they're going to work on bringing those 1-star directors up to earn that first level in the 1-star director mentor matching part. So building that belief, showing them the ways they could make money. And then also, again, I'm here for you. We're here to work together. I'm locking arms with you. We're going to do this. We're going to bring you onto the Zooms, or the calls, or the in-person events, and you're going to be standing right there with them. So if they're not comfortable yet sharing everything or presenting everything, you're there as their partner to do this, wherever they are in your organization. I promise you, I will lock arms with anybody in my organization that wants to run. Would you guys not agree with that? Anyone that wants to run in my organization, let's go. I'll bring you right on up to the top. There's plenty of room up here, plenty of room, and more to come in this compensation plan. Right? With what we have enhanced. I love that. I'm the same way. Compensation plan enhancements. Because we have the ways that we've always made money, but we have more opportunity to earn income. So I'm building that belief, doing it with them, showing them, leading them by example. And of course, they're doing the same, right? Because that's what we do. We duplicate. The next thing I look at is a fast track program, meaning I'm going to create something, you can create something depending on how you work this business, how your system is that you run your organization. But I'm going to create a fast track program to director. And that's going to be specifically taking some time, small groups. Okay? Leaders aren't made in the masses. They're made in the small groups. So I'm going to identify them, help my other leaders identify theirs, and make these small groups, small pods of people that want to really learn the activity, the daily activity, the weekly activity. What does that look like in my business? And map that out to help them reach that rank. Again, leading by example. I loved what Mike said. We never stop enrolling. We never stop recruiting, sponsoring, whatever you want to call it. We are always bringing people into this business. Yes, we have 2 legs, and obviously with the 3, fantastic. I love that. Tripods, much more stable than just 2. But we're always looking for our next best friend, our next business partner, the next person's life that we can impact. And that's what this has for you in the mentor matching. How deep and how wide can your impact go? And so I'm always bringing in new people. We're on the incentive trips. How many of you have been on an incentive trip so far with LifeWave? You're leading by example. You're doing exactly what you have always done. And please continue that. You want to show people by example. It's like when you have kids. How many of you have kids? Right? They're not listening to what you're saying. They're doing what you're doing. And you want them to do the behavior. That's your daily, your weekly, your monthly activity that you have. And so the final thing I want to talk about is recognition. And I am so excited. I know you guys are just waiting to get to lunch. You're hungry, you're ready to stand up, you're ready to move around. But when you come back from lunch, you are going to get to see probably the most amazing rollout of a recognition program I have ever seen in my 20 years in this industry. I was floored when I saw all the things that LifeWave is going to be gifting you at every single rank. It's not just the breakthrough. It's not just the other 8 ways to earn. But let's go ahead and gift you all kinds of amazing things. And it's not just a sleeve of this or a bag here or a pen or a notebook here. I like really shiny, blingy things. I don't know about you guys. I like a lot of travel. I like all the things. And as many of you know, a good Brunello is always really good for me too. And if we can have one in Switzerland next week for those of us that are heading out there, I'm all up for that. So recognition is key to the success in your business. Not just what LifeWave does, even though, trust me, it's going to make a big difference. But it's also what you are doing on a daily basis to reward the correct behaviors. Who is your top enroller? I've always loved dangling those carrots out there and shouting out the people that are doing the things that create a massive organization. Who's enrolling the most people? Who has the most guests in the room? Tonight, Steve and Gina have a fantastic opportunity event. Who's going to have the most guests in the room tonight? That's something I love to reward. The people that show up, go up. I remember years ago attending Eric Worre's events in Vegas, and he said the most butts in the seats make the most money. So the people that put the butts in the seats are going to make more money. Whether your butts are in the seat in person or they're in the seat on a Zoom, that is where your focus is, rewarding the people that are doing the right behaviors. And when you come together on your Zooms or you come together in your in-person events, shouting them out, marching them across stage. These people enrolled 3 people this week, or these people, come on up. You're a brand new 1-star manager. Whatever you want to reward, it's the behavior. It's the coming up that success pathway, right? You're modeling that, and they're going to do the same because everyone loves the money. Don't get me wrong, right? We love the money. We love the technology. We love the health benefits, but people will work so hard for reward and recognition. What job out there are they getting recognized for changing someone's life? You all in here have impacted someone's life that will bring you to tears. Have you not? You all have. And for someone to tell you, congratulations, you're doing an amazing job, you made a difference. And maybe you reward them with something like a dinner. I love to fly into cities and take my managers and above out to dinner. Tonight we've got a dinner for senior directors and above. I love doing things to say thank you for being here. Thank you for taking the time. Thank you for making a difference important in your life with LifeWave. Because as I leave you today, I want you to know what I always say to people. My purpose here is to put that stone in the water. And that ripple effect, that impact, not just here in this room, but globally to all of you that are home watching, tens, thousands of people that are going to watch this recording. My purpose is to make that impact in people's lives. And I know that if I focus on that, adding value, I know others will model and do the same. And we will reach millions and billions of homes. And I think you all would agree, you want to be a part of that impact, correct? This mentor matching bonus is going to give you the opportunity to capitalize on that in a big way. And the hairs and the biscuits are going to be gone. Bless their souls. Thank God they came in, they used the product, whatever it may be, but they led you to someone else that was ready to run. And you grab that someone else and you run with them. And like Meredith said, you need to be smart with your time. But grab the people that want to run with this. As you work your way through this success plan, your checks will continue to go up and up and up and up. And as Steve said, what do you want 3 ways to make money or do you want 9? There's no question of this is this going to be better or not? Yes, if you work the plan, you will earn more income. But the income is a direct correlation to the lives you have impacted. Keep that in mind. It is a direct link. That income, the higher it goes, it just means your impact is much farther. Your ripple effect has went farther. So we all have the opportunity to walk away today. Go enjoy your lunch here in just a minute. Digest what you've taken in so far. Have the conversations with people. Look at your back office. Breathe. And know that we are here as leaders to help you and support you in this journey. Thank you, everyone.
Doctor, give me the news. I got a bad case.
Give it up one more time for Dr. Stacy. All right, I don't know about you guys, but I was backstage and I could feel my stomach grumbling a little bit, right? It's growling, it's ready for some food. So for those of you that are here with us in person, courtesy of LifeWave, you've got lunch waiting for you outside. Feel free to come back in. We're gonna come back at 1:30, so we have pretty much 1 hour. For those of you at home, this is the time to stretch, get a snack, and then we'll meet back here in exactly 1 hour at 1:30 Central Time, right? So go ahead, grab your lunch, and then you can bring it in and eat inside the ballroom. All right, we'll see you soon, everyone. Thanks so much.